Hey. Everything seems to be working. I had to do some stuff, so I had to move this Sunday stream a little bit forward or backwards. I don't know. It's just a little bit later, but it doesn't really matter. 40 minutes here and there. Yeah, I'm playing some more Pillars of Eternity. Last time I did quite a lot of progress, actually. We finished the DLC, and we are back on track with the... Thank you.
Of course.
I did good work here. Yeah, so we can basically go and try to do the main stuff now, but the main quest and following Theos that just destroyed our capital. But before that, I just remembered there is this thing. Where is it? Lord Gathbin is assembling an army of mercenaries in an attempt to wrest control of Caed Nua from me by force. I'll need to raise my own army to stop him. Let's do that. I want to do that. Since I'm already here, why not? So let's go to bed and get some cool... Let's get dexterity. Why not? Okay, we have that. What else can we do? Why are they saying that we have 6 things here? I don't see any. Alright, it's gone. Doesn't matter. Fine. Yeah, let's go talk to our... Hey, welcome. Ciao. How's your Sunday looking? Let's see how the army is coming along here. Valiant Shock Mage? Who the hell are you? Everything seems to be in order. Okay. It is cold outside. Thankfully we can be inside, behind our computers, in warm rooms. It is time, Marshal. Assemble the army and march to Yenwood Field. Are you certain? Once our forces are committed, you won't be able to bolster them with additional troops or allies. Yeah, I'm sure. Give the order. As you command, I'll march the army to Yenwood Field. Will you be accompanying us? Yes, let's march. I don't know what my army is. I guess all the friends we found along the way. Maybe they'll come and help. I don't really know of any army we were assembling. Maybe I should have gone and asked some people. Damn. We'll see. As you crest a small hill overlooking the Yenwood Field, Lord Gathbin's army is a flurry of activities scurrying to and fro. Even from this distance, you can hear the drums of war beat in their steady cadence, designed to intimidate their foes while organizing their rank and file into battle formations. Marshal Forim approaches. You've arrived just in time. Lord Gathbin's forces are beginning to move. An attack is imminent. Inspect your forces. I'm very curious what my forces are. Local militia constitutes the majority of the rank and file. As you walk the unorganized ranks, young faces look to you with hope and determination. The fear in the air is palpable as many fidget with unfamiliar weaponry and armor. Among the troops, a small group of warriors shine brighter than the others. Crucible knights standing tall in gleaming plate armor and armed with spear and shield. They stand at attention, spear-centered as you pass. Pass a group of crag ogres working themselves into a frenzy. They carve jagged wounds across each other's back, chest and back, their war cries echoing throughout the camp. Your troops give them a wide berth. Alright, so I've got just local people with forks and I don't know what else. And a bunch of crucible knights and ogres. That's my army. Weird. Just completed Half-Life 1 trilogy and thinking about replaying GTA 5. Half-Life 1 trilogy? Does that exist? Wait, what are Half-Life games? I mean, you've got the first one that was remade into Black Mesa, then there was Half-Life 2. Was there like 2 games inside of Half-Life 2? That would make it a trilogy, right? I'm not really sure. They made that, what was her name? Alice? Something like that. I don't know how many Half-Life games there are actually. Don't remember. Any idea what Gathbin is planning? Half-Life 1, Half-Life 1 Blue Shift, Half-Life 1 Opposing Force. I never heard about those. I only played the Half-Life 1. Just into that facility with an explosion at the end or whatever. And getting out of it. Quick few hour game. Any idea what Gadbin is planning? Marshal Forin strokes his chin. His ultimate objective is to face you in battle and to be seen defeating you. I doubt he's foolish enough to challenge you to single combat, of course. Sound the horn, Marshal. It's time to finish this. Marshal Forin begins barking orders and your troops quickly form up. Gadbin's army follows suit as Aediran war drums echo across the field. Within a few moments, the Marshal raises a brass horn in the visage of a mighty boar to his lips. He looks at you expectantly. Tonight the ravens will feast on our enemies while we drink, fuck, and revel in glorious victory. That is great. Ah, man. Let's say that. Your troops below across the field pounding weapon to shield as the Marshal's horn sounds. Dozens of bowstrings twang in unison behind you as your archers unleash a hail of arrows at Gadbin's army. The missiles hiss through the air with a deadly accuracy, felling scores of enemies. In a bold move, Gadbin points his sword towards your position. Given an unheard order, his infantry, shields raised, charge the field. Your infantry charges headlong into the enemy infantry in the center of the field. The cacophonous sound of metal on metal is nearly deafening as the two forces collide. The fighting is fierce and the screams of the dying numerous. Your troops fight bravely, but their inexperience is leading to heavy losses. Okay, something's weird with that sentence. Within a few moments, it is clear that Gadbin's troops have the advantage as your forces are slowly being pushed back. Then a group of Aediran battle mages emerges from behind the enemy lines. They begin weaving their hands in unison with practiced precision. Suddenly, waves of arcane fire erupt among your troops. The acrid smell of smoke and burning flesh is nearly overwhelming. From the left flank, a unit of Rauatai berserkers, clad in plate armor and wielding greatswords, begins to collapse the left side of the line. The ground is thick with the dead as they press their advantage. Wait, am I losing? I'm pretty losing, like, so much. Meanwhile, bleak Walker paladins dressed in dark armor and carrying sword and shield stride back and forth behind Gadbin's lines, rallying his warriors and exhorting them to fight harder. As the battle rages, Marshal Forin looks to you for orders. Study the battlefield. Gadbin's army is clearly superior to your own. Your lines are barely holding and the troops appear on the verge of panic. Without a change in tactics or fortune, you fear this battle is lost. Oh, damn it. We need to deal with those battle mages? I mean, that's usually my tactic. Go for the mages first. What's your plan? Sound the charge. The Crag Ogres charge the Gadbin lines in a blood frenzy. Using their size, many of the ogres leap over the enemy line, ignoring grievous wounds. While many fall, nearly a dozen reach the battle mages. A high-pitched scream permeates the din of battle as you see an unarmed ogre lift one of the mages overhead and rip him in two. Shortly after, the magical barrage against your army ceases. As the battle rages, Marshal Forin looks to you for orders. Take out the berserkers, the bleak walkers must die. Send in the Crucible Knights. At the sound of Marshal Forin's horn, the leader of Crucible Knights, a Justiciar with a long graying beard, issues a challenge to the bleak walker captain. The steel-clad formations clash in battle furiously. Both heavily armored units fare well against the other, but the Crucible Knights appear to have the upper hand. As the battle rages, Marshal Forin looks to you for orders. We have no allies available to throw against them. Our only hope is to break through Gadbin's line and kill him. Alright, let's charge. As the remainder of your forces charge, a horn sounds in the distance. A new contingent of warriors crests a nearby hill. As Gadbin's reinforcements charge headlong into the fray, his other troops cheer triumphantly. The new arrivals quickly join up with Gadbin's army. You make out the form of Captain Emery leading the charge in her dark armor. She kills one of your troops with a well-aimed pistol shot before running another through with a gleaming rapier. She kills foe after foe, and at one point with the dead piled around her, she seems to face you from across the battlefield and shrug. As the battle rages, your forces fight valiantly, pressing ever forward. Casualties on both sides are high and victory remains elusive for either side. Lord Gadbin strides through the carnage, says Smorm. As the lead guard accompanying him, we both knew it must come to this. Come now, it's time I put you down like the dog you are. Here I am. Let's finish this. Oh, okay, cool. We're into fighting. Let's go. Where is Gatbin? Is he somewhere here on the battlefield? Here you are. I guess if I just killed him, wouldn't it end? I mean, I think we should be fine. This can't be that hard. This was on the table for so long. Oh, look at the Gatbin just go down. It's almost dead already. Alright, he's gone. Don't you wanna give up? Alright, cool. Easy. They're almost all dead already. Fine. Easy war. A few seconds I can hear you, and after a few seconds your volume is cut out. That sucks. I mean, there was like a little bit of a error thing due to my connection for a second there. Maybe that was the reason. I guess it doesn't happen anymore, does it? Something wrong with sound. That sucks. Let me check. Let me check. It should be okay. Don't really see anything there could be an issue with. Cables are connected well. I don't know, man. Everything is set up correctly. It's a shame I can't hear myself right now. Lord Gathbin lies dead before you, his army scattered, bloodied and exhausted. Your remaining troops look to you, swords raised high in victory, chanting your name. Smorm, smorm, smorm. Hooray. I'll say something. Holding the hem of his robe, he steps over several bodies. Chancellor Warren approaches you, although his face is pale, and he looks as if he will be sick at any moment. He forces a smile. Lord Swarm, while I'm grateful this dispute is finally over, it is regrettable so many lives were lost in the process. Gatbin should have just been reasonable from the start. He gags involuntarily as his silk boot brushes against severed head. It's working again? Ah, great. I was starting to get a little bit stressed there. Unknown issues are terrible to deal with. In any event, as the legal arbiter of Earl Baidmar, I'm here to inform you that you've been declared a Thane of the Deerwood, and Caed Nua has been recognized as your domain. It shall forever be thus, and will pass down to any descendants you may have in the future. Of course, now that your claim has been upheld, you are expected to forward a small portion of any taxes you collect to your rightful lord, Earl Baidmar. Sounds reasonable. It appears my work is done. Feel free to visit the palace if... He steps in a pile of entrails with a wet squish as he turns to leave. On second thought, I'll come and visit you. Yes, perhaps in a year or 3. Lord Smorm, it's been an honor to serve you. I'll be making my way back to Garen's Grasp. The Earl has some urgent business for me there, unfortunately. Should you ever find yourself that far north, feel free to call on me. I'd love to trade war stories with you over a cup or two. He grasps your hand briefly in a firm grip, then turns on his heel. I can't loot the dead bodies? Okay, I can. Great. I almost got a little bit scared there. Let's just take everything as always. Probably not going to be using that. Alright. Oh, there's more here. Killed that many? Went very easy. So, back to those Half-Life games you were mentioning. I can't believe I never heard about those. Is it like, are they all short? All old? I don't know why I haven't heard about those. Am I gonna go to Caed Nua? There's nothing to do there. Let's just go towards our objective here. They are expansions. Oh, okay. Pretty cheap. Well, I might buy them and get through those. I didn't realize there's more, because I played Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. I don't know, maybe 15 years ago. and can't really remember them that well. I can remember the elusive man. What's his name? I think so. The dude in a suit. Gordon, of course, all his friends. The face huggers. I mean, I can remember the game, it was cool. I'm surprised there's more to see. And what is Blake Mesa exactly? Is it just like a remake of... Is it just a remake of Half-Life 1 with expansions as well? Weaver Song. Exotic wares merchant has arrived at your keep and requests an audience. Damn it. Well, I should go and meet him later. You can go and do that. Good. It will take you 12 hours to complete your journey. No problem. Let's go. So, exploring new areas again. During combat, an arrow moving out of one character selection circle into another indicates melee engagement. Oh, okay, I get it. I was like thinking, what about the arrows? Estremor, still. What does that mean?
Tread carefully, Estremor.
Estremor. The warrior saunters over, a sneer of suspicion visible beneath streaks of paint. He glances at your gear before favoring you with a long look. Another fugitive from the burning city? The 6 tribes of Air Glenfed welcomes you to Twin Elms. Oh, okay. Before you lies the Heart Song district. You are free to explore it. But do not let your feet stray into the other districts. Those are forbidden to Estremorn. What can you tell me about Twin Elms? The city is sacred to all Glenfaddens, as it is the place where our ancestors first encountered the Builders. That fated meeting turned our people from generations of wandering to a permanent home among the Builders' relics. When the Builders commanded us to settle here, they allowed us the unique privilege to live among their structures here. It is the only place in Air Glenfed where this is permitted. The sacred city is divided into 4 districts. Heartsong, the Commons District, Old Song, the site of our temples, Elms Reach, home of Delamgan and Druids, and the Burial Isle, which is the most sacred place in the city. That's probably where the last boss will be. I didn't realize we are going into another huge city. There's probably going to be a bunch of stuff to do here. I'd like to hear about Heartsong. This is Heartsong. Or Hearth? That's probably Hearth. Not sure. It's a place where Glenfaddens and Estremorn may gather together. It is also the site of the Passage of the Six, where our tribal leaders, the Anemphatha, meet. He points to a large round building at the other end of the district. That way is the market. Guard your purse there. No one bargains. Come on. Bargains. Probably. Like a Glenfadden. And if you need a place to stay, follow the fence to the east. There you will find a way to the Celestial Sapling. Well, tell us about other things too. There is Noonfrost, which is dedicated to Rimmergand. What are these words? A group of pale elves from the frozen Southlands arrived not long ago to oversee it. There is also the Nest, a temple of Hylia, and Galawain's Maw, a den of beasts dedicated to the hunter god. The route to the Burial Isle also lies that way. Elm's Reach, there lies Ter Everan, one of the only towers of the Builders still in perfect condition. 2 great elm trees twine around it. Even the mightiest works of the gods protect the works of the Builders. 2 Delamgan sisters dwell there now. I have no idea what he's talking about. Half the time, like, what is Delamgan? What the hell? The Hall of Warriors stands at the other end of the district. Rumor has it that Enemphath, Simok of Tree, Dusk Stelgeir is there now. Who? These are like council members or something? Elm's Reach is also where the druids keep their halls. There are the Ovates of the Golden Grow and the Ethic Knoll of Bloodsands. Many shudder at the brutal sacrifices of the Ethic Knoll, but High Ovate Arona is just as powerful in her own way. Okay, well, tell me about the Burial Isle. It is the place where our Enemfatha are laid to rest among stones placed by the builders. They say the souls of some of the Enemfatha linger there still. The way lies through Old Song. It is the holiest place in all of Twin Elms. Damn it. Why is it forbidden to go to the remaining districts? Twin Elms is a sacred city, built where the first keepers of the stone met the builders. It exists alongside the works of the builders, and it is the only place in all of Air Glenfath where it is permitted to set foot among these sacred places. The Estromormen, however, do not have proper respect for the stones here. These words trigger something in your memory. You see an image of a perfect cube of Adra. Just as quickly, the image fades. A leader of one of the tribes could give you the permission of the city. Only Enemenfath Bethwol is present in the passage of the sixth day, and she has her own troubles. He jerks his head at a long hut in the middle of the district. You have other questions about Twin Elms? Haven't heard about Keeper of the Stone? The oldest of the 6 tribes. He points the tip of his sword at a long hut behind him, up the stairs and into the passage of the 6. This is where our Enemfatha gather. Bethwol, the Enemenfath of the guided compass, can tell you more. Whoa, difficult conversation, warrior. You know them as the Engwithans. To us, they are the builders, creators of the sacred places that we guard to this day. Okay, I'll keep your words in mind. Best that you keep your visit brief. Word has reached our ears that the riots have ended and the gates of Defiance Bay have opened once more. Oh, they have? Great. I wanted to get there. Alright. So, about Half-Life again. It's a remake, but there have been added new sections making chapters longer than original, and it's more lively, not like those empty maps, but the original is from 1998, so I don't blame it. Yeah. Okay, so it's a remake. They are making a remake for Blue Shift, but it's still unfinished. 2 chapters left, and I played second expansion original. Okay. Well, maybe I'll wait for the remakes and go for the new ones. It's bound to be a little bit more fun.
Never been this far into Air Glenfath before.
You haven't? Okay, how big is the map? Pretty big. There's a bunch of hunters, wolves, warriors. Let's see. The rains have run their course and trade has returned. Well, we have some stuff to do in Defiance Bay as well, so I want to go there. And with it, Tamara's and Impatience. Who's Tamara? Heart Song Market. Alright, what do you have? Or Hearth Song. What could be in the market? Is there something I can use? Probably not. Not really buying anything, usually. Tamara, who are you?
Builder's wisdom to you.
Thank you. The tall woman is clad in furred hides. She settles a sharp, dark-eyed gaze on you. I hold here the best hides. Oh. Are you on here? The best hides in Air Glenfath. Hides so thick the Stelgear cannot claw through. Boots so supple they will smother the sound of your steps. What's your trade? I bear it on my skin. I sell hides from every one of Galavain's beasts. Estromormen come from every village to see them and know us for great hunters. Every hide bears the tale of a great hunt, and our traders bear them in turn to every corner on our lands. Alright, what do you have? Something cool? Not really, just standard bullshit. Expected more of you. Really? Nothing? Okay.
Hey.
Well, nothing then. Who else is here? Child. Why do you wear such funny clothes? Screw you.
Builder's wisdom to you.
Alright, I kinda... I see that you heard it. A good blade has a voice and it sings to its wielder. I don't care. Let's just see. What do you have here? Some funny looking hammers. Helmet of Dark Sea. Does it have glasses on it? It does. Cool. Okay.
Estromor.
Some food for your travels. I hold here many delicious cheeses and fresh fruits. What do you have? Camping supplies. I need those.
Many
And what do you
blessings,
have?
traveler.
Got what you seek. You do? Let's just see what you have. Potions. And don't care. Alright.
Hey,
Oh, there's more. One more
what
guy.
brings you here?
Do you have something cool? Guns. One-handed mace. Looks pretty strong. One-handed. 1421, 1826. I guess this is stronger, isn't it? She's got a sword and an axe. Superb. Should I buy this? I don't think I need to. Let's just go. Alright, good shopping, let's leave. Nothing to do here. The music changes here though. This is a new sound. Why are the loading screens so long? I don't get it. Maybe because it happened to me a few times that a game got slower the more I played it because it had orange cat. Because it had like way too many saves. I think it was with Witcher 2 or something like that, and then I deleted the saves and the game ran much better. The guard places a spear between you and the path that leads beyond the gates. Still, Estromor, the rest of the city is forbidden except by order of one of the Enemphatha. Trespassing in Twin Elms is punishable by death. Nice spear compensating for something. Oh, that is great. He slams the butt of his spear into the ground. I do not take insults from your kind, and much less in your clumsy tongue. Another coarse word from you, and I'll show you how the three tusk Stelgear are trained with the spear. Sorry, man. Just had to say that. Enjoying new amnesia so far? It's great. I mean, it's very scary, and I mean, I don't know why. Because like up until now, I think yesterday, yeah, there's nothing recorded yet that I'm gonna put out. So what is out there on the YouTube is where I'm at right now. And I haven't been killed once by those pigs. Nobody caught me. Nothing really hurt me. But I'm still so terrified by that game, even though nothing's really happening. It's the sounds. It's all about those sounds. But yeah, it's great. It's great. I'm loving how the story goes too. I wanna see how it ends. How much will I learn? Dried herbs crunch between your fingers. Yes, it is just an empty house. Nobody here. Let's leave. Have you played all the amnesias? Like there's two more still, right? There's Rebirth and Bunker. Have you played those? I'm gonna get to all of them. So I'm just wondering how well you know the story and the world there. Okay, what is this? Glenfathen Home, another one. Well, let's see what's inside of this one. Maybe we can steal something. Like the heroes we are. I guess we're not really that much of a heroes here. I mean, we're just chasing a guy that did some bad stuff because we need something resolved, but I mean, we do some shady stuff. We kill too many people. Welcome to my home, Estromor. I'm Lenzi, healer and guide. What brings you here? I like your songbird. Does it have a name? Well, he does. She blushes, but I ought not to have let my friend's daughter name him. The name is long and rather silly. The short version is Beaker. She rolls her eyes and smiles. The next bird I have will be named after an Enemphath. Tell me about yourself. The hell? Why? The locals have called me a wise woman, a term of respect, I'm sure, but it makes me feel my years. I'm an herbalist and a healer. I spend most of my time caring for the ill, helping with the delivery of children and making remedies for those in pain. It's funny how people in these houses, you just come in and they're just like standing in the middle of their house, looking out. Why? What were they doing? Is there regular activity just standing around? They could let them like sit down or something. Or I don't know, lie. Or just stand there. Okay. Simok's hearth will not have warmth for the foster child. What's your word? Simok is an enemath. Is he? Pedestal's shadow creeps around the dais. Still your hearts, sisters. Irhadam's child is safe with him. What the hell are you talking about? We'll probably learn when we talk to the main guy. Well, we did play FIFA as kids. I mean, I wasn't that much of a fan. From time to time, when I meet some friends and they play FIFA and I'm at their home or something, we have like a game here and there, but I never was like a big fan of it. Usually just played FIFA as kids. I remember around maybe 2006 or something, and we just played it for a bit, played a few games, and then we went out to actually play soccer because it got us like pumped up playing FIFA, and then we went out to kick the ball, you know. But yeah, I played FIFA. I played the NHL 2. I played what was it? PES, Pro Evolution Soccer or something. S word? What do you mean? What do you mean? What S word? Did I say soccer? Is that what you mean? I'll show you where you can shove that spear. No, walk away. Sorry. It's football? I don't know, I'm saying soccer usually. Is it bad? Is that an American's way of thinking? But yeah, it is football, of course. I like the sound of the word soccer, honestly. Yeah, okay, I'm not trying your patience. I'm just going around. I'm not even trying to get there. Just walking. Oh, I can loot this. Are you like a big football enthusiast or something? Many people really love football. Unlocking this will require the proper key. Oh, cool. And where is this? Celestial Sapling. Merla, that Glenfathen witch sold me useless twigs and herbs. She'll pay, that witch she'll... Okay, we got a quest. Fuming with anger and pacing in tiny circles, the Valiant merchant aims his wild rant at you as you approach. You there, have you come here to trade with the savages? Learn from my example and take your business elsewhere. Spittle accents his every sentence. Liars, cheats, swindlers. That duplicitous bitch Alari. She claimed to be selling Elard Gala flower buds, but all I have now is 6 bushels of common houseplants. The herbs are useless. He throws a handful of dried plants to the ground, stomping on the brittle stems and leaves kicking up pungent, savory scents. I'll get my money back from that swindling savage. What do you intend to do about this? What did Alari say when you confronted her? Nothing of substance, he quickly mutters. She defended herself, of course, saying the herbs were illegitimate. Why wouldn't she lie? No one will value my word over hers. He spits on the ground. Alari can lie with impunity when surrounded by her gangs of savage dogs. What do you intend to do about this? When I get my hands on, Renato halts his sentence, his eyes darting about at the nearby Glenfathen guards. I'm in the savage's home court, so it's my word against hers. Where does that leave me? I'd be a fool to threaten her here on tribal soil. He sighs, pressing on his temples. I cannot sell this worthless herb to recover my coin. And I am powerless to confront Alarhi. I don't suppose... He looks at you, sizing you up. If you were willing to mediate, perhaps you could succeed where I failed. I would of course pay you handsomely for your troubles. I'll see what I can do. Maybe. Is there an ogre here? What's an ogre doing? You want up? I pull. What do you pull? Okay. Let's go and see. Many Europeans don't like that word because they start saying it's from words, foot, and ball. I mean, it is. I played FIFA when I was younger, but now I don't because newer years are bad. Last FIFA I enjoyed was FIFA 19. What the hell can they change that much that the game stops being good? I mean, it's the same game. It's always the same game. Isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I don't play it really, but it's the same game, right? You just go and kick the ball. You play football. What's more there to do? Maybe you just don't like the players that play today. I don't know, I think it's a fun game to play against somebody, but I never understood how someone could just be playing FIFA all day long. You know, like just do like a... I guess I understand it, it's games. Everybody has their own thing. But I wouldn't play it by myself, it's just for fun with friends for me, these types of games. It's exactly the reason it's same every year, no new mechanics or new mods. Yeah, well, they can't really do much, I guess.
Good day to you.
Because, well, football doesn't change, so what can they do with the game? I guess they could do like some fun stuff, like have a game type of doing some like having some crazy abilities or something, like roguelike games with those cards and whatever. I mean, they could do anything basically, couldn't they? I guess they just don't care, because whatever they do, there'll always be millions of people buying FIFA, because there'll be, I think there's many gamers that play nothing but FIFA, nothing else. Maybe it's not gamers, those are just football players, mostly. Middle-aged elven man stands behind the counter of the inn. He has a warm, open face and smiles pleasantly in greeting as you approach. I'm always glad to see a new face. Take a seat where you like, my friend. It seems to me you've walked a long road. All are welcome here, and those with interesting stories most welcome of all. Alright, who are you? My name is Elitharion. They call me Haggard Shoes for all the walking I used to do and all the boots I wore down, but those days are well behind me. My eyes have seen a great deal, and now my ears get their fill from the travelers who come through here. Fine way to spend one's day, to my thinking. I'm always glad to see a new face. Okay, you already said that. Of course, Elitharion's face brightens. I founded the inn many years ago, but in many ways its tale begins much earlier. It was while I was returning from a long journey south that I first heard the story of the tree upon which this inn rests. Hundreds of years ago, a strange event occurred. The sky was troubled that night, with many stars falling across the sky, and one of those same stars began to plummet instead towards Eora. It fell here, striking a young tree and burying itself within it like a fiery heart. But the tree survived, and over the years it grew and grew and grew, twice as big as its fellows in half the time, until it reached the size you see now and grew no more. Hearing the tale, I knew I must find the truth, and you see it there. He gestures towards the large stone at the center of the room. Oh, what's with me today? Kinda tired. Around the tree's heart, I built this inn to welcome all travelers who might look upon it. A fine story, I'll carry that one home. Alright, what do you have for sale? We're not gonna sleep, we didn't fight anybody, we don't need to. But I'm gonna take one of these, good. Now let's explore a little bit more. He has ogre. I would like a word with you.
Lead the way.
Okay. Here's a word. Come on, can't click on you.
Good day, stranger.
Gwyneth, maybe. There is multiplayer mode called Ultimate Team where you collect player cards and building teams and play for rewards. Ah, that sounds fun. It's my general view, there is more to it. I've never played it, only heard about it or saw some videos. I mean, that could be fun, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Can't really bitch about that because, I mean, I've played many games that were just nothing new, really. Just the same thing like League of Legends, let's say. I mean, you play game after game and it's just nothing changes, basically. It's the same thing. And it destroys your life. Terrible, terrible game. Great one. Lots of fun, but damn. What is not for free? Well, the multiplayer is not for free? Huh. I mean, all games are not free, so... A slender woman in dusty leathers locks eyes with you. It's good to... Man, what's with the odds? I did sleep enough. What's up? It's good to see someone from more civilized lands around here. Her unkempt hair sprouts in wavy black tufts. Despite the fine features that sculpt her face, a cleft chin completes her boyish appearance. I'm learning firsthand the many shortcomings of Glenfathan hospitality. Her gloved hands come to rest on the pommel of a long estog cinched low on her hip. I can almost forgive the hostility towards outsiders, but the temperate taverns and these watered-down drinks inexcusable. I hope I don't seem too forward, but I need to help my friends and you look like the right person for the job. A sly smile carves a dimple on her cheek, which is to say, you're not Glenfathan, making you the closest thing I've got to an ally in this paranoid land. She gives you a coquettish sideways glance. And allies, well, they help each other, do they not? What help do you need? My friends have drawn some unwanted attention. Gwyneth looks to both sides, scanning for uninvited listeners. Glenfathan scouts, and not just any mob of local zealots, the Fangs. She pauses to let the name settle in the air. The Fangs are a brutal, relentless bunch, eager to make an example of troublesome outsiders. As for why I need your help, her smile widens as she speaks. I need someone to warn the expedition that trouble is coming, and I need someone ready to fight. If it comes to that. She taps her hand on the pommel of her estog. With any luck, we'll reach my friends before the Fangs do. But if not, the Fangs have a reputation to uphold, so this might require spilling blood. I don't trust her, but I'm gonna help. What did your friends do to draw the attention of the Fangs? Just setting foot in Air Glenfath is a good way to offend the tribes. I don't know how they picked up our trail. I suspect one of our newer scouts didn't cover his tracks well enough. When I spotted the Fangs, they were retracing a path the expedition had taken days before. Why aren't you with the rest of your friends? Why not warn them yourself? Her posture stiffens at the question. It was my turn to handle far patrol. I spotted the Fangs on my trek back to camp. I knew that rejoining the main group would risk leading the enemy right back to the expedition. I know the woods and I know how to stay quiet, but I didn't want to stake my friends' lives on my ability to sneak past expert hunters like the Fangs. If they noticed me warning my friends, we'd have been overrun. Gwyneth tilts her head to the side and points to you with a grin. But if they notice me and some reinforcements like, say, you, well, at least then we can scare them off or put up a good fight. More about the expedition. I like to think we are on a mission of reclamation. Gwyneth darts a shrewd smile. It is said that our armies left behind many valuables in their hasty retreat from Air Glenfath at the end of the War of Black Trees. So the way I see it, we're simply gathering up what our ancestors left behind. I doubt the Glenfathans agree with me on this, she adds with a dimpled grin. Yeah, I don't like that. My expedition set out from Defiance Bay, heading directly east to cross into Glenfathan lands. I split up once we arrived at the Vale, the natural frontier between our nations. The plan was for me to keep my eyes on the Glenfathans while the main group scoured the target area. For days we eluded them. She walks her fingers over the back of her leather glove, leaving a trail on its dusty surface, but the Fangs got wise to our presence. I mean, it just seems like they are guarding their homes. I mean, you came here to take their stuff? Your friends are trespassing by local custom, they're criminals. Gwyneth frowns and blinks at you several times. You'll forgive me if I'm not sympathetic with face painters and their barbaric laws. I'm not pretending that what we're doing is noble, I just don't believe trespassing is a crime that warrants execution. Alright, I'll help you warn them. I hope it doesn't come to fights though. Gwyneth smiles with an over display of dimples. Excellent. I knew I could count on you. She leans in and whispers. Assuming the Fangs didn't already get them, my friends should now be at or around the Pilgrim's Trail in the Northweld. The plan was to camp along a trail leading to a temple of Hylia. Find my comrades, warn them the Fangs are coming, and help them clear out of the forest. I'll head out first on my own to see if I can't lead the Fangs astray and buy us some time. She pulls her estog a few inches out of its scabbard and cracks a smile. If the gods smile on us, we won't have to draw steel. Should it come to that, I'm glad you are on our side. Yeah, I really hope we don't have to fight. That would suck. Alright, let's not steal anything, I guess. The bed rocks with the gentle swaying of the tree. those cards, you need to put some money to buy coins, and you can buy players or buy packs where you get players. For example, the best player in the world right now costs 25 million coins. Oh god, yeah, I hate that so much, how they're changing games into this get rich scheme, basically. Just everything is hidden behind a wall of payments. Sucks.
Greetings.
I was supposed to bring a letter to some monk. So yeah, hate that, honestly. FIFA, you screwed up. is it FIFA is still from Electronic Arts, right? From EA Sports. It's in the game. I did hear about EA being worse and worse. I mean, I guess that's about all the things. Because Ubisoft is also being told that it's just getting worse. Blizzard had their own issues. All the big gaming companies are just worse and worse, it seems. Getting greedier. More evil. The monk messages his temples, his face buried in his palm. As you approach, he looks up. This room needs a proper door, he mutters. My brothers and I rented this space that we may have some measure of privacy in this foreign land. Perhaps you could find another room here in the inn? Who are you? Briefly opening his mouth to answer, the monk swallows his words. He looks you up and down, carefully choosing his response. My brothers and I were having a private discussion in a room we rented for our use. Please, there is a tavern full of people who would provide you with the banter you seek. What brings your order to this place? We travel where the teaching takes us. The monk mutters, his voice slow and measured. Not that it is any of your business. I met another monk in robes like your own. He died of his wounds right as I found him. The monk's eyes widen, his fists curl in a crackling barrage of popping joints. Robes like ours, you say. Was he carrying anything? Did he tell you anything? Hand you anything? Please, we've been waiting for another of our order to meet us here, and if you found him. All eyes fall to the floor as the monks begin to whisper chants in unison to their fallen friend. Show him the message. He gave me this missive. Hand me that. The monk exclaims as he snatches the missive from your grasp. Almost immediately his face turns red. I mean, please, this is of great importance. Breaking the seals, the monk unrolls the handwritten scroll contained within and quickly reads the message, his lips breathlessly mouthing the text. He turns to address his brothers. My brethren, the arch-martyr has sent word. At long last, we now have what we need. Thank you, stranger. The monk says, folding his hands in front of him as he bows deeply. Your honest soul is to be applauded. I admit I was surprised. When you handed me the message, I expected the seals to be broken. The monk turns red, his face smiling for the first time. I am glad to see common decency is not yet lost from this world. He reaches into the folds of his robes. Here, your honesty must be rewarded. I hope you took out of your pocket some experience. Did you?
Hey.
He did. 4,000 experience he had in his pocket. Great. Alright. Well, I'm a fellow monk, so why would I betray you, honestly? This is a small place, though. Just 2 rooms. I started playing some mobile games recently. I haven't really been into those much before. I started playing a few just to pass some time. And those are so annoying, usually. Like, they always do that thing where you progress quickly at the start, then it gets much, much slower, and it forces you to buy stuff with money, real money, to catch up. Otherwise, the game just stops being fun. Like, what a I don't know. People making those games are such dicks. Have you had cinnamon rolls? Of course. Why? Do you have one right now? Man, I'd like something like that right now. Yeah, we even tried making some homemade ones. Yeah, that's something great, honestly. Okay, not talking to you. I like sweets so much. Sweet stuff is great. Not much at once, because then I feel sick, but... I always have to have something sweet at my home.
What do you want?
And we did try to make ones. I wasn't really making them. I was most like a bystander. But yeah, and they were good. But it's kind of hard to make them not very dry. It's hard to make them wet. You don't want them to be wet, but you know what I mean. Succulent. Don't want them dry. A middle-aged Orlan woman stands at the back of the longhouse, an expression of irritation on her narrow features. As you approach, she takes a decisive step towards you. I'm looking for another who passed through the city.
Few Estramoran are given the freedom of our sacred city. That you ask for this person is suspicious. There are reasons we don't let you Estramoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
All right. Has something happened recently? More than I care to think about.
Looters have grown bolder at the sites of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the 3 Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Plague? Why did she say it like that? Anolfan children. Suddenly you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. The Amenfath continues to glare at you, but something has stepped out of her skin. It reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamfath Shimak doesn't sit in the passage of the 6 today.
Shimak?
He would not be so kind as I.
What's happening here? A vision of an Orlan man appears near Bethwell. He has the same green-brown fur and hazel eyes as she does. Help me reason with them. He points behind you. Turning, you see the ghostly shapes of 5 other Enemphatha. Another Orlan with tawny fur and a scarred face. A frowning dwarf, a black-furred Orlan, and 2 elves. You're angry about something. I hear it in your voice. What is it? Are the outrages I listed for you not enough? Trouble brews, and none of it is my choosing. The spectral Orlan takes another step from her, setting his foot down with a slow, heavy motion. Tendrils of essence strain between them, and he grimaces and leans forward as if struggling against the gale. The angry Nemenfath winces. War. The spectral Orlan's voice is a rasping croak. They're headed for war. Reminds them of Furwold's warning. Does Furwold's warning mean anything to you? Furwold. What a weird name. Furwold's soul image gasps. Taut threads of essence tug at him, drawing him back into the Amenfath. He looks up at you again. I tried to tell them. The builders' souls have touched even the Estromorn.
You'd better explain yourself.
The 2 attending tribesmen look from the Amenfath to you, their sword hands ready. Her slitted pupils narrow. The builders' souls have touched even the Estromorn.
There's no way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galuth on Anams, a watcher of souls.
She gaps as the last of Furl's soul fades back into her. The tribesmen gape at you. Yes, I'm a watcher. Furld tried to warn the other tribes about something. What was it?
Feralt's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Feralt, my ancestor on my mother's side, was Anamfath of our tribe then. When the Estromoric farmers defiled the builders' monuments, Feralt urged the other Anamfatha to patience. But louder, angrier voices prevailed. Feralt believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the builders as we do. He also believed the builders' souls had spread to all peoples, and that we should avoid needless conflict with others. More practically, He worried that a violent response would only spur further bloodshed across the generations. And you can see where we are today.
Okay. So it was like a cautious, wise guy that nobody listened to. My dinner is actually one small sausage with grilled carrot, tomato, mushroom, eggplant, pepper, onion. That's a lot of stuff, honestly. I mean, I can eat anything, but I'm not used to eat that much vegetable. If I showed this to the kid, it would be puking and crying. I guess so. I mean, it's a... Did you make that? That's a lot of stuff in one... Weird. So do you have like a sausage and just bunch of grilled vegetables to it? Interesting. Seems like a grill food. Alright, what do you mean?
While Ferelt's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. There is blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers now.
An image of a polished Aedra cube flashes into your minds. There is writing on the sides, but the image is too faint for you to read it. The Anamanfath turns away from you and looks at the ground, gnawing a pointed claw. You can't change the past, but your choices now still matter. She looks at you sadly. Yes, that is the problem.
Another Estremor came through here a few days ago, and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estremoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
Mom bought new small portable grill. Yeah, okay, so she's playing around with it, right? Just making everything on the grill. Cool. I'm not the biggest fan of grilled food, honestly. I guess I'm just... Like, we went all the time with our friends, like, it's nice outside, let's go and grill some food and get some sausages, get some vegetables, get some, I don't know, meat, potatoes. I was just so tired of it. I would much rather eat like a risotto or something. Okay. That sounds like the man I came here to stop.
I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar twin elms from Estremoran to protect the ancient places that the Builders left behind. The Builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
You again see the polished Aedra cornerstone in your mind. This time the image is clearer. Each face of the stone is inscribed with a phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips form words. A gift from the Builders of civilization to the guardians of their legacy. May the guardians watch the door while the Builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
Bethuel stares back at you, her tiny pointed teeth visible through her gaping mouth. I know. What do they mean? So can I enter the rest of the city? I know.
Very well. The city is yours to explore.
Nice.
Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the Guided Compass.
Okay, thank you.
If the gods have truly returned one of the Builders to us, find the Delimgon of Ter Evron in Elm's Reach. If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delimgon will know.
Okay. In the meantime, I shall be here to assist you. What are the 6 tribes? Glenfathan society is divided into tribes which are further divided into clans. Each tribe is united by a particular history or way of life, and clans are communities of families that live together. In truth, there are more than 6 tribes, but the 6 largest have traditionally led the others. Each of the 6 has a seat here in the Passage of the Six, where we discuss matters of common interest. You saw, for instance, the debate that occurred before the Broken Stone War. She gives you a hesitant look. The 6 tribes are the Keepers of the Stone, Fisher Crane, Three-Tusked Stelgaer, Stone Bramble, Twice-Split Arrows, and of course the Guided Compass. Oh, that's gonna be so much talking. I'm not gonna... Let's just ask about hers. Indeed, we're one of the youngest tribes and not one of the most prestigious. We've tried to keep the peace with the Estromorn, which has earned us the reputation of appeasers among some of our hard-line brethren in Three-Tusk, Stelgir, and the Keepers of the Stone. We value our heritage as Glenfattans, but we recognize that the Estromorn are here to stay. The way we see it, we can better follow our mandate to protect the places of the builders by making peace with our neighbors. Let's just see. They are first and oldest of the tribes. When they first sailed to Air Glenfat, they met the builders who gave them the cornerstone, and those words you quoted as a token of friendship. Many of the tribes, even among the Six, look to the Keepers for guidance and leadership. Their long history grants them a place of honor in our society, though it has also made them more conservative in my observation. I need to know this. Alright, I'd like to hear about Fisher Crane. I need to know this so I understand people I meet. So if they say they are from this and that tribe, I will know what their general views are. Mostly Orlan tribe from the Thane Bog. Most of the sites they guard are half buried in the wetlands, and even the other tribes couldn't tell you where they are. She crosses her arms. They are not the most renowned of the tribes, but they are the cleverest and subtlest. Say what you will about the berserkers of Three-Tusk Stelgir. I'd rather face them than a Fisher Crane ambush squad any day. Cool. What do you know about Three-Tusk? She laughs and shakes her head. Same as everybody, they are fearless maniacs and they want everyone to know it. They're considered a wild bunch even among Glenfattans. Many of their territories have seen the most conflict with the Estromorn, and they don't forget it. They don't want anyone else to either. They inflicted and bore some of the heaviest casualties in the wars with the Estromorn. In fact, there was a rift within Three-Tusk Stelgir after the War of Black Trees. Dozens of clans broke away from the ravaged lands and retreated further into the Deerwood, joining whichever tribes would take them. Broken Tusks, some call them. The majority of the tribe dug into the half-burned forests to hold the line, and many respect them for it. She frowns uneasily. They've more than earned their place among the Six, but they advocate more conflict than is wise, and too many others are quick to idolize them for their valor in battle. Stone Bramble, mostly dwarves out of the White March. They are one of the younger tribes, formed over the years by trade routes between the wilds and the mountains. They see themselves as genuinely Glenfattan though, and who can argue with them? Only Fisher Crane defends sites in such inhospitable territory. Personally though, I'd say it's gone to their heads. They like to think the rest of us have it easy in the lowlands, forgetting that the wars with Estromorn never reached their mountains. Still, they came to our aid during both. They're named for a tough, thorny little plant that grows up in the mountains. It suits them. Twice-split arrows. Not many are. They're traditionally outcasts and exiles from other tribes, probably the least respected tribe of them all. But our ancestors believed they should have a voice, and so they've got a seat among the Six. Most of the other tribes see them as scavengers and bottom feeders, but don't say that to a twice-split arrow. They think themselves survivors, and they are as proud of their tribe as anyone else. They'll accept anyone, and I suppose there's virtue in that. You never know what you're getting with them, though. Some clans will rob you blind, and others will slaughter a lamb for the honor of your visit. I'd like to know more about you. I am the Enemenfatha of the Guided Compass. Like many Enemenfatha, I have leadership in my blood. While tribal authority is not strictly hereditary, we believe that strong leaders can impart a portion of their soul to their children and grandchildren, meaning that Enemenfatha may succeed from a single line for many generations. She worries a sharpened thumb claw. Of course, with all that's happened here lately, I wondered whether my family's line is coming to an end with me. Aw, that's a shame. Alright, she was pretty nice. My brother fleeing in shame? I don't believe any of it. Okay, we'll get to this. I don't know if there is English word for spekachka. I don't think it is. Yeah, I was thinking about that before too, if there is a word for it, but I don't think there is. That type of sausage. I actually like it, like when you have that utopenец, you know what, probably, right? The one in vinegar. That's good. Otherwise, I don't really eat those anymore. I'd rather eat like a proper, you know, some hot sausage. Since your approach, an agitated elven hunter suddenly drops his conversation and turns to face you. What kind of courtesy have you learned in your filthy homeland? A red stripe of paint gleams barely with sweat from cheekbone to cheekbone. We speak of Glenfadden matters. Begone. The hunters in the group raises her calloused hand. Still your heart, Red-Eye. Do not forget where you stand. She parts the fine strands of golden hair that float before her face and acknowledges you with a nod. In the house of our ancestors and the 6 tribes, we commune as one people. Red-Eye looks away and fumes in a restrained breath. The ancestors will forgive me and my brother when I clean the shame away from his name. He looks at the huntress, and from the taint it has brought to our tribe. What happened to your brother? My brother. The hunter's heavy breathing pauses for a moment. My brother Fjorm is the greatest hunter of our tribe. He set out on a blood hunt but hasn't returned. And now, Arthwin, that puny liar, he claims that my brother, Red-Eye, clenches his fist. The elven huntress fills in the silence. Arthwin belongs to another tribe. He's the hunter that competed against Fjorm during their blood hunt. She gives a glancing look to Red-Eye. Arthwin claims that Fjorm has exiled himself, deciding to not return to Twin Elms. Red-Eye scowls, his stripe of paint curves like an angry wound, exiled in shame for losing to him during the blood hunt. Can you believe this? A liar? Even though Arthwin returned with the giant Stalgear's fang as proof, it's hard to believe that Fjorm would have failed to kill the prey first. The huntress digs her heel on the dark soil, but you cannot claim that yet, Red-Eye, not until the Anamfatha judge the truth. Arthwin's weak from a lower tribe. Red-Eye bares his teeth. He lies. I'll find the truth and clean my brother's name. What is a blood hunt? We prove our worth in a blood hunt, which set out to stalk and prey, always a dangerous creature, and only one kills it first. The elven huntress interrupts with an exasperated sigh. Yes, but we hunt as pairs, to bond. As Glenfadden, as one, not as enemies. 2 hunters, 2 tribes, 1 spirit. That is our way. Red-Eye glowers in response. Our way isn't the lie. We don't betray our brothers and sisters for our own gain. The blood hunt between your brother and Arthwin has broken the communion of our tribes, Red-Eye. Do not dig in this wound until you can claim the truth. She turns again to face you. Perhaps our customs appear strange to you, but despite what you now see, we Glenfaddens hold our bonds sacred. Tell me about your tribe. Red-Eye's voice swells with pride for a moment, holding his anger at bay. We're the keepers of the stone, the oldest one. Cool. He lets the name reverberate in the hall. We're the first tribe. Our history runs across the ages to the time of the builders. We are one with the past, with our traditions and history. The best crafts and hunts come from our kin. Other tribes look up to our prowess. You're kinda arrogant. They're consumed by envy. Red-Eye frowns. That's why Arthwin lies about my brother. His tribe has no history, no glory, but now he claims it for the twice-split arrows while we're left to bear a false shame. Those are the liars and thieves. Why would Arthwin lie about your brother? Red-Eye throws his arms in the air. Why? He looks at you as if the answer were obvious. Red-Eye, please, still your anger. He does not know our customs. The huntress turns to you and nods. Arthwin stands much to gain from claiming a victory over Fjorm. It brings renown and glory to his kin, a lesser tribe, the twice-split arrows. Arthwin has no history, no name, and now he returns a hero while my brother, Red-Eye's face twists in ire, tricked, perhaps worse. How do you plan to clear Fjorm's name? A bead of sweat rolls down Red-Eye's forehead and hangs from his red-painted cheekbone like a drop of blood. It quivers as the hunter's muscles twitch. I can't tarry here while my brother's fate remains unknown. The Anamfatha must let me go. To judge Arthwin and to clean our tribe's name, they cannot listen only to your truth. The huntress lowers her head, glancing at you. Before the Anamfatha, only an impartial voice can speak for what happened. Red-Eye whips his neck, and the drop of sweat lingering on his cheekbone flies in your direction. You mean to involve this one, an Estromor? She points at him, her calloused finger curved like a claw. Listen to me now. Arthwin returned with proof. Your brother did not even come back. The huntress blows against the fine hairs floating down over her face. The tribes are split. Something must be done. She looks at you, and this one is known to speak the truth. Oh, you know me? I will find what happened to your brother and get to the truth of it. Red-Eye's hard features soften in surprise. You speak with the spirit of a Glenfadden hunter. He nods. The Enumfather would agree to listen. There is no union between you and our tribes. The Huntress nods at you. Fjorm and Arthwin went to the Northweld Forest beyond the Old Song Pass to hunt a giant Stelgare. Search there and return to us with the truth if you can, but be aware, Stelgare of such size, many times over their lesserkin, usually gather a big pride that follows them closely. Redai fixes his eyes on you, two glowing embers over the blood-red stripe painted across his face. Estromor, I don't expect help, but I'll do anything to know of my brother's fate and to clean the stain that Arthwin has spilled on our tribe. Throws his chin back. Anything. This I claim. Alright, well, that was a long conversation, but we got another side quest.
You must gather?
Yeah, I'm gathering. Pickled sausages, maybe it's called. Oh, it could be. Could be. I had one homemade and it tasted good, but I wouldn't buy one from store. I never bought them from store. I only ate them in pubs. You know, it's always under the little it's categorized as something to go with beer all the time. And I ate it a few times and it was actually good. Liked it. I like sour things. Alright, so this is a huge city. Cool. Okay, well, I want to go home. I want to check the missions that my friends have here, my companions. And I know that some of them wanted to go to Twin Elms with me. So I need to take those with me. So change my party a little bit. I think it's the Huntress, the Pelagina girl.
Coming along nicely.
Thank you. So how do we change our party? Inventory map. I never remember, damn it. Where is it? Maybe if I try. Oh yeah, if I try to go out. Alright, so let's see. Who do I need to take? Durance. Yeah, we'll take him. Long Hunt. He was with a group of Glenfathan hunters. Okay. So we'll take in her. Yes, Sagani. This is the Bucked quest. Pelagina broker with the Enemenfath and Twin Elms. Alright, we'll go and talk to her. Reban Mother should go with us too. Hammer at the Shrine of Abaddon. Alright, we can go to First Fires and do that. I guess that's it. And we got some quests in that Northweld thing. So, we are taking... Who do we leave though? Well, you need to come with us. You need to come with us. We'll be weaker, but that's okay. In Grievin Mother, I would like to talk to her a little bit more.
Farewell.
Let's do it like this. I don't think we'll be getting into some tough fights here. Oh, I need to level you up now. Okay, we can do that too. Vigorous defense. The fighter becomes fiercely determined. Oh, okay, that wasn't bad actually. Reaper rest, accuracy. What can we give you? Clear out. Yeah, knocking enemies prone. That's pretty good. The fighter interposes himself or herself between incoming attacks and nearby allies. The final damage total of any attack against the nearby ally is cut in half, with the fighter taking the other half as raw damage. Interesting. The fighter makes a primary attack that does additional damage and lowers the target's base damage reduction. -8? That's good. Immune to slash damage for 15 seconds. If the fighter is hit by damage that does at least 10% of his or her total endurance, he or she will gain immunity to that damage type for a short duration. Oh. Let's get that. That seems like it activates by itself, maybe? That sounds pretty good. Okay, how about you? Let's give you some athletics. Swift aim. Attack speed, accuracy goes down. We don't want that. You have like ridiculously low damage and I don't know why. Endure roots from the ground underneath the target. No, I need something that would make you stronger somehow. Vicious aim. Damage, accuracy, attack speed goes down. Takes advantage of enemy distraction while engaged by the ranger's animal companion. Stunning the enemy as a secondary attack when the ranger lands a hit or critical hit. That's not bad. Okay, play dead. Revive companion. Companion endurance. Can heal the dog. Let's go with the stunning shots, I guess. I don't know. Ranged attacks bounce 1 time. Okay. Alright, let's go for the stunning shots. Next level up. There's gonna be a bunch of these, I'm sure. Let's give you stealth. Alright. Something. Animal companions do small amounts of sneak attack damage against targets that qualify. Brutal takedown. The ranger trains his or her animal companion to inflict crush damage on opponents when using takedown. Oh, okay. The ranger's aim becomes deadlier, making his or her wounding shots more accurate. Let's go for that. What's next? We can get more. Powder burns. Wind arrows. Oh, man. There's a bunch of stuff. Swift aim. I don't want to lose accuracy. Let's do the bounce. Still more. And now I'll give you brutal takedown. We done? Good. Next is Palagina. Athletics. We'll give you... confused charms and dominated characters have severe accuracy penalties when attacking the paladin. Additionally, the paladin's attacks against such characters do minimal damage and always end the effect. Ooh, she can remove these things? That is great, I want that. That's good. Survival. Greater lay on hands. Super encounter. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Let's just do that. Cool. Survival. What now? Commands an unconscious ally to get back up, given a large but temporary spike to endurance, some of which is lost after a short duration. Okay. She can get people up too. That's great. Fights in perfect synergy with the closest ally, attacking the same foe, provided the ally with an accuracy bonus. This Paladins seem to be pretty good. I like this. Healing chain. Alright, let's take this revive thing. That's pretty cool. Critical focus. The intensity of the Paladin's fate deepens, granting them increased defensive bonuses to faith and conviction. Sure. Let's go with this. And Grieving Mother. Oh, you look so weird with that helmet. There we go. Oh, I can get 2. Alright, what do these do? Manifests the target ally's mental strengths and projects them outward forcefully, causing a shockwave that inflicts crush damage and knocks any in the area of effect prone. Pretty cool. Burns away the ethereal sinew that holds together the mind, body, and soul of the target enemy, causing it to rapidly take raw damage. Targets that have their endurance reduced to 0 disintegrate into non-existence. Whoa, okay. Destroys the enemy's memory with calculated accuracy, leaving them dazed and confused before rapidly jumping to up to 5 other enemies. Alright, let's take these 2. Next level. If I wasn't in shape and there was way you can't gain weight, I would only eat haloshki, and for a sweet it would be tvarave gulki. That's so Slovakian of you. Those 2 foods, that's just so classic. But yeah, I mean, those things are just great. Love those. Paladins are best builds. I like those type of casters who can also fight. Yeah, I don't like Paladins generally because I don't enjoy the idea of faith and just me being pretty much into RPGs. Just imagining that my character is this paladin dude. I think the paladins can't be fun. They just seem like boring, faithful types, like priests. No fun out of them. So that's why I don't like them. But I do love casters that can fight, but usually like mages. You know, like magic in one hand, sword in another. That's the type of characters I played in Elder Scrolls games and Skyrim and such. Mage with a sword, such a cool thing. Oh, and I can get it anyway. Oh, well, let's take it. Brutal Backlash. Cypher's psychic backlash becomes especially traumatic, inflicting a small amount of raw damage to the target on a hit. Yeah, let's take it. Next level. Give you survival. And we can get both. Alright. Stasis Shield. The Cypher is able to isolate a single enemy from the world, leaving them unable to act, but also unable to be affected by outside parties. Or maybe I could use this on a Drake or something. By siphoning on those dragons, just get them out of the fight, defeat the smaller ones, and then deal with the big dragon, maybe. Cypher is able to... Oh yeah, we know about that. This is... By siphoning power from enemy souls, the Cypher is able to slow them down and increase his or her own speed. Cool. Next. Detonate. Splinters the target's soul with sheer force, inflicting raw damage to them. Targets with low endurance explode, causing crush damage to all in the area of effect. This Cypher lady has pretty cool stuff. Maybe I should be using her more. Interrupt blows? Sure, why not? More level ups? Man, I really didn't play with her at all. By linking his or her mind with those of nearby allies, the caster creates a series of defensive links between them. All allies in the mind web use the best defense of anyone in the web. Oh, that is great. Reaping Knives. The Cypher uses an ally's soul to create blades of pure energy that emerge from both hands. The blades do raw damage and generate focus for the Cypher who created them. Fun stuff. Why wasn't I Cypher when I started playing this? That could be fun.
Hey.
Alright, we're going to sleep though. Yep. Okay. We are learning more about Grieving Mother. In Dark Souls series, I always go with clerics. Really? And then you go the other way than me. I never go with clerics. I am either like a dexterity type build or a mage. Never enjoyed mage. He can be strong, but there was always big amount of spells I can't pick my favorite, and I find him so vulnerable in close combat. Yeah, he is vulnerable in close combat, I mean, that's for sure. But mages are fun. I mean, not so much. Actually, in Dark Souls 1 or 2, I didn't really play mages, only in Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3, because they kind of tweaked the mage. One thing that pissed me off was when you have, like, uses for spells. Like, you equip a spell, you have 30 throws, and that's it. And you have to use it at the correct time. Having mana in Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring was such a better thing. Yeah, mages are great. I love those. I love all the different spells they gave you too in those later titles. You find yourself back in the space inside the grieving mother's mind. It is familiar this time, and even though you feel you have seen countless births from this vantage point, something fills you with unease. The sky has darkened and the mist has risen from the forest to hem you in. You are trapped. You hear something. The sound is strange, dissonant, like warping metal. You grit your teeth against the noise, and yet, as it rises, an eerie melody drives the numbness from your limbs and clears a space in the mist. The noise revolves into a dull tone as it resounds through your bones. You see that your hands are in the motion, and once again you are drawing forth life, something warm and fragile, struggling into the world. The scene feels familiar, a moment you have lived and dreamed 1,000 times before, and yet something ominous gnaws at the edges. Focus on the child, the movement of your hands. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear and sharp, yet somewhere distant they seem echoed by something else. Wails of sorrow, tolling bells? It's impossible to tell. Draw the child forth. An inexplicable sense of dread fills your soul as the child makes its journey to you, push by push. A malicious presence seems to surround you, and you lean forward to shield the child. At last the baby emerges, wet and ruddy from its journey. A lifetime seems to have passed as the newborn moved from womb to world, and another seems to pass as you cradle the trembling child, waiting. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the chime echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges as if you are viewing a soul from within a soul, but it is there, it is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry her hands reach out for it. Surrender the child. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the dull clangor sounds and you feel a weight hanging from your wrist. You look down and see bones, tiny and malformed, hanging from a string about your wrist. They're heavier than they should be, and as they clang together, they make a noise like funeral bells. The mother is too intent upon her newborn to pay you any heed, and so you hide your wrist behind your back. She need never know, can't ever know. As you hide the bone chimes, you shiver in relief, with premonition at the chill wind that suddenly sweeps the plateau. Wake up.
Hey.
Okay, I'd like to talk, Grieving Mother. What the hell was that about?
Mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I had questions. I walked again in your memories. This time they felt strange. I would see them again. Your vision gives way to waves of feeling. While you feel the jagged marks of violence you passed before, this time the path is easier. There is no resistance, and you set about casually harnessing her memories, focusing on the one you seek. There is a slow rush, warmth, and your thoughts enter as before, circling the memory you shared when you first met. And is this the same? You are trapped. Their way, pull back. Yeah, we just did this. Okay. Mixture of curiosity and fear wells up between you. She raises her left hand, the chiming at her wrist quelling the rise within her. She is frightened, but curiosity anchors her.
What did you see in my memories? I would hear you speak of them.
What? Never mind, I had other questions I wanted to ask you. What's that you're wearing on your wrist? She extends her hands, and the small chimes on her wrist sounded the motion, just as they sounded in her memories. The chimes are finely crafted of white adra. They are wrapped around the grieving mother's wrists with tiny woven braids of hair of different colors, from white to black, brown to blonde. You feel as if you're noticing them for the first time. If the birthing chimes were given to newborns, why do you wear a set now?
There was no child to carry it.
Suddenly, there is a rasping cry across your consciousness, and you see her flinch, visibly as if struck. She raises her hands, and you see the chimes draped from them, yet they make no sound as she moves. In your memory, they looked like bones.
Carry the weight of 100 deaths. I know, Watcher.
This is about the Hollowborn, isn't it?
The Hollowborn.
Same chill you felt before is stronger now, as if it's welling up around your feet to your ankles. You feel a sudden urge to draw away, as if from an unpleasant memory.
The Hollowborn have a future. They can be saved, and the tells spoke of such.
We don't know if that's true or if your tells are lies and I'm a true watcher, not a pretender. How would you know? Have you seen this future? We don't know if that's true or if they can even be saved.
They can be saved. They must be saved. You have seen the beauty in childbirth. What good came into the world there on the plateau. You helped me recall it. It is a memory we shared. It is the truth.
You have woven truth for countless mothers. How can I trust what you tell me? In the memory you hid the chimes on your wrist from the mother. Why? It is not that I hid. It is not what I hid, but what she saw. She couldn't know. The grieving mother squeezes her eyes shut and brings her hands to her ears. No more equivocation. What really happened at the birthing bell?
And what would you consider real, Watcher? The truth that was experienced and remembered? Or the one that burned out only to be swept under the rug and forgotten like ash from a fireplace?
What happened mattered. Forgetting it doesn't make it less real.
And how much of your own life has been lost to the error of memory? How many loves and betrayals were colored with the false hues of emotion? A pity to wonder how much of your own life happened the way you recall.
We should get going again. Alright,
Hey.
we'll deal with that. Let's go to Defiance Bay for now, for a little bit. Here. Maybe Elden Ring. I wanted to try Mage because there are so many spells in some areas where you have magic enemies, but only in main game. He would suffer in DLC of many strong enemies. Really? I don't know. I went through Dark Souls 3 as a mage, even 1 and 2, just to try it out. But mage in Dark
So
Souls
those
3 was
feathers,
great.
That's a blessing of Helia?
So they say.
Well, that's lucky. Where I'm from, we see a feathered lady, we start worrying maybe her dad got frisky with his hens.
I guess you can always trust a farm boy's head to go there first.
Pull your head out of your ass there. He is a cool guy. I like him. It would be cool to mix faith with magic in Dark Souls 3. It's best for Pyromancer. Yeah, there are many spells that mix faith with magic. I tried playing around with that too. I mean there's so much freedom in making your builds work in Souls games. That's so much fun. I'm really enjoying the Thymesia game that I'm playing right now. The Souls-like. I mean, there's so much builds there. I didn't really try them because I mean I haven't played for a while for that long to actually get the best of those builds. But there is such potential for that. I'm really excited for it. Okay, where do we bless this thing?
Gods keep you.
Where do we bless the hammer? Bless the hammer. Not here. Bless the hammer at the Shrine of Abaddon in Crucible Keep. Okay, this is not the Shrine of Abaddon. Wait, did I say Crucible Keep? I'm in First Fires. Oh, Crucible Keep is in First Fires, isn't it? Alright, let me check. Getting a little bit lost. Crucible Keep, yes, okay, so this is where we go. Let's go. Yeah, we got some stuff. Cool. Oh, I was in my home. I should have gone and checked with these people. All right, I'll go when I leave this place. Like there were many. I'm thinking about that faith and magic thing. There were many even like wizard spells in Souls in Souls games that they were like mostly you needed intelligence for it, like for sorceries, but also you needed a lot of faith. There were also like these swords that needed faith and intelligence as well, I think. Some boss weapons. Okay, Shrine of Abaddon. I guess it's gonna be in the forge. Probably. Dunstan. Oh, maybe not. So where is it? Training room, barracks, war room. Oh, here it is. Now we got a cool group here. Let's rearrange them a little bit. So do I even have the hammer with me? Bless Masca's Forge Hammer. You place Masca's Forge Hammer at the base of the shrine. For a moment, nothing happens. Then you hear the distant ring of hammers striking anvils, tens, then hundreds, then thousands, all in unison. Masca's Forge Hammer suddenly flares with light and the chorus of hammering fades away. You retrieve the hammer, and though its appearance hasn't changed, it feels heavier somehow.
Hey.
Bless the hammer at the shrine of Magran at Magran's Fork. Okay, sure. Was there anything else I wanted to do here? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, well, we'll leave then. Nothing else to do in Defiance Bay. Even though if the riot stopped, maybe there's like new side quests. It's possible. Maybe. Screw it, I'm not gonna go and look for them. It would take forever. I really like the music here. It's so cool. Alright, Kaed Nua Magran's Fork. Let's go to Magran's Fork first. Then we'll go home. Check with those visitors. Then we'll probably go and finish this quest in White March, and we can go to Twin Elms again. An Animancer has requested an audience with you. Another audience? Are they all coming in because I won the ownership of the Caed Nua finally? Ash-covered shrine. Alright, place Mask's Forge Hammer at the shrine. Temperature around you begins to rise, and before long you feel as if you're standing in front of an open forge. Mask's hammer begins to glow red hot. Suddenly, the ground near the shrine erupts into columns of living fire, flame blights. In the sky, winged shapes dive towards you, smoke trailing from their wide open jaws. Fight.
This one repels my touch.
Ooh, and drakes as well. Alright. Wait a second. I wanted to do this. Crowd control. Oh, okay. Aggressive. Save. How are you set up? Aggressive, defend self. No, just be aggressive. Yes. And you? Aggressive, aggressive. Okay. Yeah, just fight. You can do it. We took control of the Drake somehow. I guess maybe our Cypher can do that. Not sure. Okay. So do I have to talk with this again? No. So what do we do now? Where do we go? Iron and Flame. Return to Masca at the Temple of Abaddon in Stalwart Village. Okay. First Caed Nua, then we can go there, and then it is onwards to Twin Elms. Caed Nua. It's great that I can finally see the way forward. We're getting close to it. I'm so looking forward to finishing this, seeing how it comes down and go forward. It's been far too long. Okay, let's go inside of the main hall. So who's coming to visit us? 3 people here. Prestigious visitor and bad visitor. Bad visitor gets death, I guess. Probably we can just kill him. We'll see. A slaver? We should. Why did it stop? Did the game crash or something? Music's gone. Okay. My lord, I have urgent business. Yes. Do you? At last. I'm glad you're here, my lord. My name is Solmar. I have a matter of some importance to discuss. If you have the time, very well, let's hear it. You gesture for your allies to join you and take your place upon your throne. Ooh, I sit on the throne? Kind of looks similar to that town in Witcher 1. Yeah, I have played it like 5 times at least. And my castle, you mean? And probably you mean the first town you go and visit after you leave the... Oh, Zima, okay. I guess so. Oh man, Witcher is such a great game. Such a great world and story and everything about it. It's just awesome. Played it many, many times. Read the books too. I'll cut to the meat of it. I have a dozen Orlan slaves in port at Kirara. Good, healthy stock that will fetch a fine price in Examittal if I can get a ship up the coast. That's the tricky part. I haven't got the coin to stock a ship for the whole journey, not without docking at the Deerwood port along the way and running the risk of having my goods seized. Really, these Deerwood laws are completely impractical for any honest merchant traveling outside of Defiance Bay. I hoped you could be of some assistance. You're not originally from the Deerwood, I hear, so surely you understand. This is so cool, because if you are pro-slavery, which is like obviously not good at all, you're a terrible person, but if you were, and you would play this game, you could play your fantasy here without the game judging you, basically, right? I'll help you sell those slaves. I mean, I won't, but if you, I mean, you can. That's cool. That's cool of the game to give options even to the terrible people. I'd like a moment to discuss it. Well, no. Cannot help you with this at this moment. No. I think you should continue up the coast. Isn't there like the option that says eat shit? I think you should continue up to... Alright, let's discuss it with my people. Wait, if he continues up the coast, what happens? I haven't got the coin. Yeah, he would probably get caught or something, but I'd like to punish him for some reason. Like a moment to discuss this. Of course, of course. Oh. Solmar inclines his head politely and steps out of earshot. Hiravius, I want you to head down to Girara and see if you can free these slaves. Oh, nice. I would love to. It gives me something to do with my hands while I plot this man's painful death. Have you come to a decision? I've decided to hang you. Guards, take him away. Alright, that's what I wanted. I need some time to look into the matter. Return to Girara and I will send word. Yeah, I'm not gonna hang him because that'll just give the word that I'm a tyrannical, terrible person. So not hanging him, even though he might deserve it. But yeah, let's just lie. Of course, I appreciate you taking the time. I'll await your letter. Pleased, Solmar bows silently and turns to stride from the hall. Alright, Solmar the Shackler. Nice name there. So who are you? I'm Gaida. I'm a researcher in the field of animancy. I could use some assistance if you're willing to hear me out. Very well, let's hear it. Call your allies together and motion for the petitioner to step forward. One of my favorite RPGs franchises is Dragon Age. And in Dragon Age Inquisition, there's a very similar thing there where you get a castle, you rebuild it, you make it beautiful, and lots of people come there, and you judge people, sit on your throne just like here and just judge people, judge their fate, kill them if you want, anything. It reminds me of it so much. Maybe they took it from this. I don't know. Maybe it came out in a similar year. I need to play the newest Dragon Age game, but it's gonna be like 100 hours, I'm sure. I'm looking into the BOAC problem, that is, forces that can unhouse souls from their vessels. I'm trying to develop some kind of defense to protect people against these forces. The trouble is, investigating what unhouses souls in the first place requires, well, souls. I haven't been able to arrange any test subjects. I need your help. We've lost so many people to these BOACs already. Imagine if we could prevent such things from ever happening again. Perhaps you can use something other than Kith for these tests? I have a dungeon full of prisoners. You're welcome to them. I'd like a moment to discuss this with my people. Oh, of course, don't mind me. Gaida steps back politely out of hearing range. Devil, I'd like you to head back with Gaida. Once you're at the lab, kill her and destroy her research. These are so great. Aloth, follow Gaida to the lab. See to it the research is destroyed, but don't hurt her. I mean, yeah, test subjects. I don't want that. Yeah, let's destroy her research. I'm sorry, Gaida. But I don't like this. Devil, you're not to kill her, unfortunately. We'll let her be. I could give her my prisoners, though, too. I don't think she's gonna change anything. BOAC is the... Yeah, let's Aloth do that. A prudent choice, Smorm. Did you come to a decision? Aloth will accompany you. I'm sure he can help you find some test subjects. Excellent. With your help, I'm sure we'll be on track to develop a cure in no time. Thank you so much for this. I think we'll be okay. Without Aloth. Yeah, I think we'll be okay, because once we finish this main story, we should maybe even deal with the BOACs, no? Maybe. Good tidings, my lord. I am Azuro, a famed merchant, purveyor of many valuable and, dare I say, rare objects, and so I would like to remain. I have an urgent matter to discuss with you. Something you'll want to resolve as quickly as I am certain. Let's hear it. Sit on my throne again and decide stuff. So what do you want? It's these bandits, my lord. The roads are absolutely crawling with them, and they have the local merchants in a fright. I'm having trouble filling out my stock. My suppliers say the risk is too great. Nobody wants to hear that the fineries sent out for delivery have been stolen by unwashed brigands. If I have no goods to sell, I cannot make a living, nor can I offer you the many special items normally at my disposal. I'll have one of my allies assist you. I'd welcome such assistance. I don't want to give them either of these three because... Perhaps not. I'll put an end to this. Yes, my lord. What is it you have planned? Azura watches you curiously, his hands folded eagerly in front of us. My name has worth in these parts. I'll personally ensure the delivery and cover all losses that occur. That should allay any fears. Bandits will be the least of their worries if those merchants don't open up the supply lines. Oh no. Let's give him money. Quite. A more generous offer the suppliers have never heard, I'll warrant. Thank you. I'll have some more goods to offer you in short order, I'm sure of it. Sure. Okay. So, dealt with my kingdom. Not really a kingdom, just an area. Assigned. Leaving in 2 days, 20 hours. Good. So, let's go to Stalwart. Finish quest up there. I don't understand these loading screens. This is an old game. There's not that much to load.
The stones and the spirits in this place have begun to heal.
Have they? Oh, come on. Don't start with that. Yeah, ashamedly, I did. I did watch that. The Bachelor, Slovakian Bachelor, right? And I never expected to get this, to talk about that on streams. But yeah, I did. I watched all of them. Well, the last season, the one that's coming out right now. I mean, it's such terrible stuff, all of these reality shows, because you start watching them and you just can't stop, even though you understand it's dumb. It's basically a waste of time. Those people, some of those people are unbearable to watch, but you just can't stop. You want to see it all. So what, you have been watching that too? I'm basically looking forward to Thursdays to watch that. It's this girl. Hey there, I hope you're not having any trouble with that ritual. I completed the ritual. Just in time too, I was supposed to be done with this sword yesterday. Okay, magic hammer, do your thing. She raises the hammer and prepares to strike the unfinished sword. Wait, this might be a bad idea, don't use the hammer. What? Why not? Maska waggles the forge hammer at you. You went through all that trouble and now you're changing your mind? You obviously love being part of this temple. You wouldn't be trying so hard to improve otherwise. What you're doing is wrong. I know it, you know it. It's basically cheating. Damn it all, Maska shakes her head and drops the hammer with a clank. You're right, I love smithing and I lost sight of why I wanted to become an Abydonian in the first place, thank you. Here, take this, it's one of the first things I made that didn't turn out truly terrible. It's not much, but you should get something for all the work you did for me. Now I need to get back to work. I've still got a lot to learn. Sagani's got a level up, cool. Alright, what do we give you? Damage over time, targets affected by... Wait, 50% damage against targets affected by damage over time? Oh, it's just for the animal companion. Okay. What else do we have here? When the ranger or his or her animal companion are knocked out, the partner suffers the normal effects of bonded grief, but becomes filled with focused rage for a short duration. While so focused, they gain speed, movement, and do additional damage. Let's go for Predator's Sense. Why not? Only first episodes, 1 through 3. I felt that cringe. Yeah, it hurts. It really hurts. But I mean, I would never watch it alone, honestly. So, it's something we started watching with my girlfriend, and I don't know, it's fun. It's fun in its own way. I'm surprised how many people watch it, actually. How many people just, like, many people, like, I always hear somebody talking about it. It's weird. Didn't watch that many TV shows like that before. But yeah, it is fun in its own way. I'm losing my faith in humanity though when I watch these TV shows. It's just like you watch them, you watch those people, what they do, how they act, and you're just like, really, this is what humans are? Like, this is what they can do, and they don't feel any shame about it at all? So weird. I would like to think the best of everybody, but man, some of those people are just terrible, and they go out on the TV without feeling any shame.
The Duke's ordered you to return home.
The safety of the republics is being decided here. If I do what needs to be done, there'll be time enough to beg forgiveness when the dust settles.
You must do what you feel is best. I understand.
See, even the way the paladins always speak in these types of games, they're just so boring, so, I don't know, so serious. It's terrible. How desperate you have to be to find a girl that you need to go to this type of show? Yeah, I mean, I think there's more to it. Maybe it's about publicity and...
Wait. I don't know if I should go through with this. Make the trade deal with the Anamenfath.
Because I don't know if it's only about that. Maybe most of those people don't even go there to find a partner. They just want to be on TV. Probably get paid by it something. Maybe not. Maybe they get... I mean, if you win, do you get paid? I have no idea what's the... Maybe you get something. I mean, I would go there just for that. I wouldn't want to be on the TV though, because that would be so boring. So terrible. But I would go there if I didn't mind being on TV. It's a great vacation. I mean, they make you activities. You're in a beautiful country somewhere. I don't remember where they are right now. Like Sri Lanka or something. I mean, it's a nice vacation if you don't mind being like recorded all the time. Yeah, it would be all jokes, right? If you went there. Just have fun with it.
The deal with the Glanfathens weakens the Deerwood. It could mean war for the republics in the future.
If a Valiant deal with the Glanfathens weakens the Deerwood, it could mean. What other option do you have?
I could put the idea in the Anamenfath's head that the republics are not interested in exclusive trade, but limited trade of goods that they do not already trade with the Deerwoodens.
It's the right thing to do. The Deerwoodens are at the mercy of republics and they don't even know it. Your actions today can prevent further suffering. Yeah, I like that. She nods her head resolutely. Do it, Pelagina. One of my companions, a representative of the Valiant Republics, wishes to discuss the trade issue with you. The Orlan turns her gaze toward Pelagina. Yes, the Valiant godlike, blessed by Helia. Pelagina bristles and quickly spits out a response. So they say. The Anamenfath's face shows no outward emotion, but her voice betrays annoyance at Pelagina's interruption. And diplomat of the Duke's bells. I understand you were to be sent here with trade assurances from your masters. Revered Anamenfath, it is true that I was chosen to convey these assurances, but understand that I was fashioned more for war than etiquette. The Orlan smirks slightly. In these dangerous times, perhaps it is better to send warriors to do diplomat's works. Pelagina musters a weak smile. Indeed, Anamenfath, regarding the exclusive trade agreement, her voice quivers slightly and her golden eyes dart in your direction. Nod head, smiling warmly. Pelagina steels herself. The republics feel it would be in the best long-term interest for all parties if you maintained your traditional goods trades with the Deerwood. The Anamenfath's long ears pitch forward. A strange turn. What do the republics want then? Pelagina speaks quickly but confidently. Ta Ondra Tara pearls. What? Trade will be picking up quickly on them in the Eastern Reach. You will buy them exclusively from us for the next 5 years. In exchange, we will be your exclusive market for Adraban and Karo Golan for the same period. The Anamenfath considers Pelagina's words for several long moments. An interesting proposition, Valian. We will send emissaries south to discuss the details at greater length. Your appearance here speaks well of your duke's intentions. Pelagina bows deeply. Revered Anamenfath.
That's it. My position in the Brotherhood gone. I can't believe I just made up new trade terms to the Glanfath and Anamenfath. Postinago.
You did the right thing for the Republics, even if the Dukes can't see it from their vantage. You can deal with their disapproval later.
Verus. They have a saying in Biajepe. New gold clears even the oldest debts. If I'm right, all will be forgiven. If not, there's nothing I can do about it now.
Alright,
Hey,
cool. So we got that. Nothing to talk with anyway now. Only TV show I used to watch frequently was Pharma, but all older episodes like 10, 11 years ago. I haven't watched that at all. Maybe just, maybe sometime I saw like 1 or 2 episodes. Never watched these. But that's the same thing, basically. It's just, you just start watching it, you get hooked for some reason, and you can't stop. Old Song, Elm's Reach. Alright, what did... The Long Hunt. Alright, what was this? Standing in the forest surrounded by blackened trees and crumbling ruins, he was with a group of Glenfathan hunters. Alright, I think that's gonna be... That's gonna be in that forest that we're trying to get to. Do not try my patience, Estromor. You shall not pass without the permission of the Anamfatha. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. The guard scowls and looks at his companion, who nods back. He turns to you again, his knuckles whitening around the shaft of a spear. Always too cozy with the Estromorn. Go then, and mind your step around the sacred stones. No worries. Elm's Reach, or Old Song. Where do we go? Let's go to Elm's Reach, actually. Then we'll go to Old Song. I think that's where we can get to Burial Isle from. I think. Maybe. Not sure. We'll see. Come on, what's with the loading screens? Alright. So, let's explore. Oh, this is not that big either. Let's just look through their homes. I never really watched TV that much now that I think about it. It's just... I watched some shows on Netflix and watched a lot of anime as a kid. Never really had time for shows that went in weekly because I was just playing games all the time. Okay, so one house, nothing inside. I almost feel like not even going into those houses since it's closed for so long. What's here? Old Song District. Okay. So another house. What's inside? I wonder how far we can get today. I still have like an hour or so. Okay, nobody.
This
Oh,
I haven't seen.
what is that?
hey,
Ooh. Exceptional spell defense bonus athletic. Cool. Let's take it. Camp
All right, then.
supplies. Good. I'll be living in my own apartment. I would like to own Caracal, but I'm not sure if you can get it here. What the hell is that? I have no idea what that is. Caracal? Another home over here. Can't steal these. What is Delmgan? It's a big cat? Really? Well, let me check. How big of a cat it is. Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen this. It's an animal. Okay, because I was like thinking it could be like a gaming console, it could be a car, it could be a bicycle. I had no idea what it was. Okay, so it's a cat. And is it like possible to have this in your home? Nice ears. Can you have it in your apartment? Isn't it like
Hey.
too wild to stay inside? Never heard about people having something like that. Yeah. What is lynx is the English word, I think, for ris. I think so. Let me see. Lynx. Yeah. I mean, this looks nicer. I like the image of this one better. Oh, what the hell is wrong with its feet? It's so furry. Nice. I guess those are like living in northern areas where there's more snow. Looked cute. Okay, what else? Hall of Warriors, the Golden Grow, Wind Elms, Dare, Evron, Lot Sands.
Of course.
No idea what any of these are. Let's explore. Probably like homes to different tribes or something, I'd guess. I pierced the giant Stelgear with my spear right through its heart. Arthwin, I wish I could have seen you do it. Oh, that's the liar. Let's talk to you. Me too, and maybe... Let's talk to him. A lanky hunter grooms his stubble, a patched fuzz of blonde hairs, while listening attentively to a young elven woman. She whispers in his reddened ears and giggles. With his head still lowered, he flashes a wide smile in return. The hunter notices you. He clears his throat and straightens his back, adopting an air of dignity. I've been expecting you. You have? My tribesmen have told me that you are to speak the truth about Fjorm's exile. He calms his sparse stubble, darting a glance to the elven woman. Well, Arthwin doesn't hide from the truth. Ask, and I'll answer. What happened to Fjorm? Arthwin looks down and licks his lips. Fjorm, he pushes the blonde bristles away from the edges of his mouth. Every tribe knows his prowess. A hunter of great name, but this time he fell behind. We spotted the giant Stelgear on the Sentinel's Ridge above the waterfall of the Northweld. It was stalking for prey. Arthwin lightly shakes his head. Fjorm wanted us to split. He'd lure the beast to the river and I'd flank it. The hunter scratches his flushed earlobe, but the best didn't come down to the riverbank. But the beast, okay. So he tried to circle it on the ridge. I climbed faster, and there it was, ready to pounce on me. Arthwin thrust his fist forward. I pierced flesh mid-air, rolled over, and stabbed at it again and again. And it was dead. The hunter pushes his mustache back and looks up. Fjorm couldn't believe he didn't earn the kill, not even a cut. He said he'd not return with the shame of losing to a twice-split arrow. Arthwin sighed. I pleaded, but he was a keeper of the stone. He'd not listen, and now he's exiled. Who knows where? Tell me about your tribe. We are young, the youngest tribe in Air Glenfath. Arthwin hesitates for a moment, scratching his beard, and then spreads his long legs apart. But we are not weak. The other tribes have their history, and now we, the twice-split arrows, are making our own. Arthwin puffs his chest and pounds it with a fist. We're true Glenfathans, true hunters. I've proven our worth. His patches of gold stubble sparkle alongside a glowing smile. It was me, not Fjorm, who killed the giant Stelgear. Well, I do think he's lying. Maybe not, but we'll see. Cat person, but I don't want to own dog and cat at the same time. Do you own a dog right now? I mean, I was always scared about owning both dogs and cats if they didn't get along. When they do get along, it's so cute. Child. Alright, well, let's go in. What's this place about? I never really thought of myself as a cat person or a dog person, because I'm just an animal person. But on the other hand, I don't like to... I didn't really want to own animals, so I don't have to take care of them. So I'm not like shackled by them. Right now I own both. Good for you. And if you would move out, would you take them with you? Or would they stay there? 3 tusk first plate. Come to treat with the 3 tusk Stelgear. Oh, this is the tough guy.
Tread carefully, Estermore.
A grizzled old elf, his hair braided and dyed, stands at one end of the hall. His arms and chest are cross-hatched with the pale seams of scars. His crooked smile looks like another. It's not many Estermorn who are permitted into our sacred city. Buthel must be feeling especially soft today. Adair pays no attention to the elf and instead has locked eyes with the Stelgear in front of him. He whispers to you. Do you think he'd mind if I pet his Stelgear? Skani lowers her head. Remember how well that worked out last time? Come to hear your future at Ter Everon? His smile widens, exposing a row of yellowed crooked teeth, or to make your own at Blood Sands. What's Blood Sands? An ancient place of sacrifice. He laces his fingers together, in a cave by the great elms themselves. Reston and his druids have been an integral part of Glenfathan society for generations, no matter what some of the other tribes might say. Glenfath has held its own against the Estromorn because some of us still understand the power of sacrifice. He gives you an appraising eye. Does that thought make you uncomfortable? It should. It is what's kept our society alive for so long. Something else? You don't seem fond of us, Estromorn. His hunched shoulders straighten. I fought in the Broken Stone War and the War of Black Trees. I saw my brethren cut down, defending the places of the builders, and I shed blood alongside Calvin Regd himself. He coughs. Now the Estromorn seem to think that they will find a cure for their empty children among our sacred sites, or worse, that they will find sanctuary in our lands. His gaze darkens, and I've seen what happens when they set their sights on the Glenfathan soil. They're desperate. The best of them want to find a cure. The worst are looking for an excuse to plunder. Isn't there room for you both? He snorts. In 200 years, Defiance Bay and New Heomar have outgrown their own crooked cobblestones. They rupture and reek like bloated corpses. No, inviting them into our lands would be the end of us. In my 250 years, I've led my people through 2 wars. Our borders have remained intact, and largely through the reputation of Three-Tusk Stelgare. His voice drops to a growl. I've sired a dozen children, but none have been deemed fit to take my place. I care nothing for the legacies and obsess the Estromorn lords. But it is important that my successor continue this path. If your own children don't succeed you, what happens? Ordinarily, the Ryo would turn to others in my tribe, to clan heads and their families. Ordinarily, he levels his gaze, but we share a tradition of fostering the children of other tribes, and the Enumfath of Fisher Crane has trusted his youngest to my care. He grimaces, and as none of my blood are fit to take my place, the Rio will look next to this bog child, the kin of another Enumfath and my foster daughter, to take my place. Bog child? His shoulders stiffen. I have nothing but respect for Fisher Crane, but their ways are not ours. The Orlans of Fisher Crane have lived in Dane Bog for 1,000 years. They are cunning and furtive by nature, which serves them well when they have swamplands to hide their movements. He crosses his arms, but this will not deter the Estromorn and open ground. When the republics were young, we sent explorers up through Tain Bog to find a faster way through to the Dwarven kingdom of White March. Few returned. He points at the warriors gathered near the fire. Our savagery has deterred the Estromorn from further encroachment. They still tell of our deeds in the Broken Stone War, but if a child of Fisher Crane leads our tribe, we will lose that boldness, and the Estromorn will lose their fear of us. The child will be influenced by the souls of her ancestors. In times of crisis, she will look to her kin in Dane Bog for guidance. No matter what I might try to teach her, it will not be enough. He considers you. There is a way you could help. If you have the stomach for it, but I think it would suit someone of your inclinations. Go on. This Orlan girl has the soul of a leader. If it were passed to one of my own offspring, our tribe would remain strong. Stelgare at Simak. What did they say him? Like Shimak? Side scratches its massive head on the Enumfath's leg. He remains steady on his feet. The druids of Blood Sands have a way to do this, and they understand the importance of a strong line of succession for Three-Tusk Stelgare. Skani scrapes around inside her ear with a pinky finger. I'm just a simple hunter from the Tundra, so you'll have to slow down. You want us to do what? Gives you a key. There's a house in southeast Hardsong, next to the river. The child will be asleep, and I've arranged for her to be unattended for a time. His voice becomes a quiet rumble. Take her and bring her to Keeper Werda in Blood Sands. She knows what must be done. When she presents you with the liquid essence, bring it back to me. What will Keeper Werda do with the child? Have you seen the rituals of Blood Sands? She will sacrifice her. It is the only way to distill her essence. Easier to kill this fella and distill his essence. The Orlan child? Go on. That is so fucked up. I should kill you for this. How can you possibly expect to get away with this? You know the girl is here, and one Orlan babe will look much the same as the next, he shrugs, but let me worry about this. I should kill you for this. Tell me about the potion that you need from Werda. Essence, bound and distilled into a liquid. It will have little immediate effect on me, but it will weave a stronger soul in my future issue. What the hell? I won't do this. I do not relish the deed, but 2 centuries of leadership have taught me that all things bear cost. He nods once. Consider it well, Estromor. I am not about rewarding those who are of service. That is terrible. What do you do here? As Enamfed of 3 Stelgir, I guide our tribe in all matters. He looks to the main room of the hut, where others have gathered. I am in Twin Elms to confer with some of the other Enamfed about the Onolfen, your Hollowborn. We only have such births here on occasion, but it has made us more vigilant about our neighbors. There are some of us who believe your Onolfen to be a punishment for the defilement of the Builder's sites. Others say it's a plague carried by the Estromorn. All answers to fit their hatred. There is no reason to believe a word of it is true. Tell me about the 3 Stelgir. The boldest and fiercest of the 6 great tribes of Erglanfed. It was we who first defended against the Estromorn who came to shore 200 years ago. We have always been the border tribe, and it has always fallen to us to hold the line against outsiders and invaders. Okay, Orlan child. Remind me where I can find the child. I don't see why you need me to do this. Because I cannot do it without attracting undue attention. I don't relish passing my own burdens onto another, but this will incite war between our tribes if I am caught. That's all. Regrettable. Have we journeyed so far to become tangled in matters of politics? Pettiness? Her face is carved with stern, rigid lines. We must not do this, Watcher. We have come to save the children, the future of the Deerwood. I will not stand by you if you do this evil. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. I'm just thinking that I could go there and maybe save her. I could go and tell the child, run away, don't do this, just go and be safe. The young man approaches you with a swift and purposeful stride. While you've never met him before, he has the same stern, wild look as Simok. He doesn't speak until he's right next to you. When he does, his voice is quiet. Wait, I saw you speaking with my father. What's this about? He glances back at the room with Simok. He's asked you to sacrifice the Vela, hasn't he? He grits his teeth. Maybe he's right about 3 Stelgir growing weak, but if this is the price of strength, it isn't worth it. The tribes have survived this long because we've stuck together. Grieving mother nods, barely more than a child himself, and yet he speaks wisdom, compassion. A pity his own people did not deem him fit to lead. I would never hurt the child. He sighs. You did not seem like one who would. But my father will find someone who will. He doesn't give up on an idea easily. He sighs. But there may be a way to stop him. He frowns. There is an herbalist among the Ovates of the Golden Grove. Bleda. That's her name. They all gather southeast of here by the river. She could brew a poison. Simok wouldn't know the difference until it's too late. There's the family resemblance. There's an easier way to kill Simok, you know? Why not just return this child to her birth parents? It's complicated. A child sent to be fostered by another tribe isn't allowed to return. Unfortunately, explaining that we're shielding her from my father would make matters much worse for both tribes. He tugs at a thin braid. You want me to murder your father? No, but it's better than allowing him to murder this child. Let me guess, if Smog dies, you're next in line. It's not like that. The Rio have already determined that my soul isn't strong enough. Whoever follows my father, it won't be me. There's an easier way to kill Simok, you know? His warriors would surround you in no time. Besides, it's simple as if this happens quietly. Fine, I'll poison your father. With another glance at Simok's chamber, he backs toward the door. Like I said, you'll find Bleda in the Golden Grove. Good luck. I don't like that sneaky type of assassination, but okay. Cat is 15 years old and dog is 10, so I might leave them. Oh, alright. Well, that's... They're both pretty old. I wonder what was the highest age our dogs lived, because we had many dogs as I was growing up. I guess they survived until like 12 or 15, some of them. Can't remember well. Cats live longer, don't they? Bleda.
Builder's wisdom to you.
The elf holds a chipped wooden pipe. The sweet smoke wafting from the bowl makes you dizzy. Welcome, Estromor. I've got herbs and potions for sale. Looking for something to ease your travels, or something to make them more interesting? When she grins, you see her teeth and gums are stained brown. White leaf. Nice way to spend an afternoon, and the following night, and most of the next day. So drugs. I hear that you can make certain poisons. She takes a deep draw on her pipe. Poisons? I only deal in tonics that heal and enlighten. She exhales a puff of smoke. Of course, many beneficial substances can be harmful when taken in great quantities, but that's just Weretha's way of keeping all things in balance. What kind of substances? She leans against the winding tree trunk and takes the items off on her fingers. Oh, there's plenty. Concentrated caro, golem, undistilled spider venom, rotten blood moss extract, cave coral mixed with skein bone. Do you have any... What? What am I supposed to get? Okay. Well, let's give him... Cave coral, rotten blood moss. I guess the first thing. She stops scouting and scratches her head. What would you want with something like that? I just thought I'd experiment with it and see what happens. Well, my friend Stelgier is dying and he wants to ease the creature's passing. She frowns, her teeth clamped around the pipe. Poor thing, here, take this. She gives you a vial filled with the dark liquid. It works slowly, but this will send him back to the cycle kindly enough. Just see that it doesn't get misplaced. Have that dose would kill an Aumaua. Okay. She taps ash from her pipe into the grass. Was there anything else I can do for you? Well, let's see what you sell, since we're already here. Nothing much. Alright, bye. Trick Semog into drinking the poison. Whoa. Okay. Who are you?
Hail, Estromor.
Though his eyes are closed and his posture is still, the man before you keeps his head aimed at you as if carefully following your movements. Hail to you. May your time in the Golden Grove be enriching. If you are in need of services, he says, his eyes still closed, speak with Bleda. She will see to your concerns. What can you tell me of the Golden Grove? We are naturalists, philosophers, herbalists, and teachers. The Ovates of the Golden Grove know that true wisdom comes from the study of the natural order. We endeavor to teach others to explore the world for themselves. Alright. The bark feels warm. The roots almost seem to twine around your hand. Where does this go? Nowhere. Just out. Since it's a small dog, they live shorter. Yeah, it's probably just laying around most of the day now when it's so old, right? Old dogs are fun. Just very chill. Not really fun, very chill. Cat, I give her another 10 years to live. She's so lazy, only sleeps, eats, and drinks. And that's usually what cats do, you know? Like, sleeps at least, I don't know, 16 hours a day, it seems. She's living the good life, I guess. She can afford to just lay and sleep. All are welcome in the Golden Grove. Who the hell are you? Iswold. An elf with placid green eyes nods in greeting. Welcome to the Golden Grove, traveler.
Hail, Estromor.
Do you seek the wisdom of our herbalists or simply to bask in Weretha's glory? Who leads your order? High Ovate Erona leads us. She sometimes journeys to Elmshore to renew her strength, however. She's there now with some of her closest followers, in fact. Erona is a mighty elm among us. She's lived for generations. There are none who understand the world as well as she, and we are fortunate to have her wisdom to answer our questions. I'd like to know more about Erona. Her eyes brighten. Why, you must meet her for yourself. She is wise and kind, and she has led our order from the beginning, yet she walks among us and gives freely of herself. She turns her gaze to the great twisting elms. That is what so many of us cherish about her. She's present among us in a way that the gods never are. Tell me about the Golden Grove. We are the Ovates, Druids, philosophers, and students of nature. We gather here to share our knowledge and celebration. Many travelers come to us for poultices and remedies. Bleda understands the cures and poisons of nature like no other. What do you believe? We believe that knowledge is found in the earnest exploration of the natural world, she tilts her head. We do not, as some have said, oppose the gods. We simply believe that we have found a brighter, more peaceful path than devotion. Alright, I like these dudes. You're cool. You're cool guys. I understand you. Oh, is that Theos again? Oh, it is.
You have stayed true to our cause, Inquisitor, when so many others have not. For every heretic we confess, for every betrayer that burns on our pyres, new sheep continue to flock to Iavara ex Incios. But not you. I underestimated you in the beginning, but no longer.
You honor me, Grand Inquisitor.
It is not for honor that I summoned you today, but for duty. Too many of our own have confessed upon the wheel and the rack and the flame. Too many of our faithful have had their minds poisoned by the Kratom witch. The tide is against us now. We have but one option. Iavara's following must see her exposed for what she is. She must confess her heresy before my court.
How would we reach her?
Not in Kratom, surely. Their lord has embraced her heathen faith and protects her with his army. But in Oceanus, things would be different. The king of Oceanus is a sinful man. We have helped him to see the error of his ways, and now he fears for his soul. He would pay any price for absolution.
How would we get Iavara to move to Oceanus?
You have already done much for the Inquisition. I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
I don't get it. Alright, well, we got some information, but I don't get it. Let's go further. Who are you? Plant people. My girlfriend has 10-month-old kitten, so she might take it. Aw. Do you plan like move soon, or is it just like, alright, once I'll move, or is it something that's actually happening? Sida. Two identical women seem to fade into view as they move away from the great trees that camouflage them. Their skin is tree bark, ridged and scaly, wreathed in a curling tangle of roots, buds, and blooms. Their hair hangs beneath the shade of serrated leaves like the drooping branches of the elms above, and the pupils of their eyes are encircled by hundreds or even thousands of concentric rings, as if to mark the accumulated wisdom of millennia.
Turn around, flesh creature. Outsiders are not permitted to approach the elms.
One of them extends a snarl of roots toward you that snakes and twists together to form something like an open hand, palm down.
Do not feel it, sister. Something familiar. An ancient soul, like the other one. Another defiler, no doubt. Let us fell him and be troubled no more. It would pay the debt of his predecessor.
Oh, come on.
So it would seem, Rhiannon. But we must not hasten to judgment. I see a different motive here. Different questions in these eyes.
What of it, young trespasser? Is it as my sister says? Or are you here to stain this place with foul deeds?
Not here to stain anything, girls. It's okay. Seek a man who came through here. It sounds as though you have already met him. I have forgotten my purpose in the presence of such legendary beauty. Have I begun hallucinating in double? Yeah, that wouldn't work. I'd gladly burn this place down, but I have more pressing concerns. Yeah, okay, I seek a man who came through here.
By his own admission, Sheetha.
Really, sister? And you wonder why your leaves begin to fall out before midsummer. Clearly that man did not want to be followed. Whatever the relationship here, I suspect it is anything but cordial.
No, you're smart.
The answer is yes, old one. We crossed paths with Theos not long ago, and we can tell you where he went. But I find it curious that anyone would seek him out. Suspicious, even. If we are to help you find him, we would know why.
He must face justice for his transgressions. He crossed me, I tend to get my revenge. I don't fully know myself. Stopping him might end Waidwen's legacy. I mean, that's basically.
So that is the reason he passed this way. This is low, even for the leaden key.
I told you we should have confronted him, Sheila. He has always been a poison.
They know him?
It would have been the last thing we ever did, sister. Who can be said to have ever gotten the better of Theos?
Yes, but imagine how much fun it would have been. Can't you just picture him all strung up in vines like an angry little puppet?
But that's not what this is really about, is it? You are bound to that man.
Sita glances over at you and then her expression changes as though seeing you for the first
I
time.
see it now. You are awakened. Your soul is awake and something once buried deep now wells to the surface. Past overwhelms present, closes in around you. Your time has nearly reached its end.
I just need to get to
I'm
Theos.
sorry to tell you this, but Theos cannot give you what you seek. Nor can any man. An awakening cannot be undone, any more than your past can be undone.
What's she mean? I thought Merwald said, Sagani's gaze flickers to you. I'm sorry. We did not come down this road together to be refused passage by a pair of talking saplings. Dicho, there must be some way. Be chained to such a past, her face is pale, her eyes hollow, a bitter and grievous thing, watch her. So this has all been for nothing, and I'm going to lose my mind.
The soul is formless without a past to shape it. Did you truly expect to be able to wipe it away?
I'd rather have tried to put things right. Dead or kill the man who brought it up. No, but I had hoped it would be something I could forget. Mercy, to be sure, but how can you grant mercy to a soul that has already judged itself guilty?
However, as much as my sister speaks truly that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way forward. Would you agree, Shiva?
2 to 3 years, maybe. It's not easy to find apartment for a good price here nowadays. Yeah, it's really hard to find good places for good price. I mean, I lived in many places for like with very weird people, just trying to get by because I didn't have money for like a good place, you know. And yeah, I'd recommend actually getting the better one, not really just. I had to live with some really questionable people. There was one pedophile that I lived with that I didn't know he was a pedophile at first. He was. And then cops came to take him with them, you know, because they figured out that he did something weird or something. I don't know. It was a very weird experience. However, as much as my sister speaks truly that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way forward. Would you agree, Sita?
I would. Were the way not so likely to end in death.
You underestimate me.
Or perhaps you underestimate your foe, old one. Where your soul is renewed in its ignorance in each span of your life, his only grows in cunning and resolve.
The man Theos you must already know by now. You are linked by a common past. Something about it lingers within you, festering, unresolved. What it is I cannot see any more than you. And without that knowledge, your doom is certain. But were you to learn the source of this discord, perhaps it could be put to rest. Though it is equally possible it will trouble you as much now as it did then, and merely speed your condition to its end.
My past comes to me in pieces. How do I unlock the rest?
You might wait for it to come on its own, of course. But when it comes, it will replace your sanity's last breath. Such is the nature of your condition.
Or you could learn it from someone who already knows.
Theos, would he remember?
It is said the gods made his memory perfect, that he may never forget his charge. If he ever knew, he still does.
What the hell is he?
Not that he would tell you, of course.
You have followed the right person for the wrong reason, it seems. We see it often beneath the elms, the soul dragging mind and body to unknown places for unfathomable reasons. You may have wandered into Theos's path many times, in many lifetimes, without an awakening to show you why.
The only thing that's certain is you did not find what you sought.
You said you know where he went.
He has gone down beneath the tower to a place older than we, where the people of Engwith once walked. He makes his way to the buried city, Sun and Shadow.
May he stay down there and rot with the remains of his people.
He may yet. He won't be returning the way he came, that much is certain. He opened a secret path in the tower's base, and saw it destroyed behind him through some vile means.
Another way to get
We know
him?
one. On the burial isle, through the court of the penitents, brayeth Yaman. A shortcut, in fact.
Don't be cruel, sister. The way my sister speaks of is not for the faint of heart. A great pit at the center of a forgotten court, where faiths were judged in place of crimes. To most, it is simply a gateway to death. With the help of the gods, it can take you where you want to go.
I have to jump into a pit? Is this some trick? What do you mean with the help of the
The
gods?
pit is said to have been a means of judgment by the gods. Those cast into it are meant to die. It is that way you must pass to reach Sun and Shadow. The court is old. We do not know much for certain, but it would seem only the gods themselves can grant passage.
What is this court?
No more than a ruin now. It is older than we. A place for the trial of heretics. We were not here to witness it, but at one time there was a group that refused to acknowledge the gods. Neither the first nor the last, of course, but these were numerous and all put on trial for it. Those who did not repent were cast into the pit and imprisoned below.
Cool.
The fall killed them, of course. The prison was not for people, but for their souls, and their sentences were eternal.
Sucks.
It is said that many of the
there was a
condemned
long pause.
repented and were permitted by the gods to ascend from the pit, so long as they pledged their service to one of them. But these are old legends.
Cool. Maybe we'll meet more gods. Look like those tree farmers from Dark Souls 1 DLC. Oh, they do. They really do. Dryads, aren't they? Something like that. How would I ever get the gods to help me?
Behind us is Ter Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
Who would I pray to? Any god you can, I should think.
I would pray first to those gods you like best. I hope for your sake, the feeling is shared.
I'm supposed to pick a god now? How do I pray?
Ter Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well. You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage, and none has patience for fools.
Cool. So the only way to get through this pit is to pray for help?
Not the only way. Just the only one that doesn't end with your body impaled on jagged rocks.
Is there no other way?
None.
Okay.
What do you wish to know?
How did you know I was pursuing
The
Theos?
same way that you are no doubt able to peer into the ether and experience the souls of others. It is something we are born with, some more, some less. A gift common to many creatures of the wilds. You share certain similarities with the man you pursue. For your sake, I pray they are few and of no consequence.
Mentioned that people come to these elms without knowing why. The soul has a will all its own. Its needs and whims are seldom understood, but they follow them all the same.
There is something about this place that reaches beyond our understanding, something like a beacon. The elms have a way of uniting souls that have been seeking one another, with or without their owner's awareness. Sometimes it is for love, sometimes for vengeance, sometimes for peace. Often it is for no reason we will ever know. In your case, let us hope it is for peace.
Or vengeance.
I want to know about the two of you.
There is little to be said about us, for we are bound here, caretakers and defenders of this place. Our journey has been over time, but not distance. Measured in observations, but not experiences. We have seen the elms grow tall. We have seen cities built, burned, and built again. The only constant has been the tower, a silent companion through the ages. You can imagine why this recent destruction has stirred my sister so.
If you do nothing else, make that man pay for what he did here.
Sure will. I need to know about praying for the support of the gods.
We will tell you what.
Yeah, we already have
Before we
everything.
go, tell me this, old one. I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him? What would give you peace?
Must be destroyed. I would return him to the wheel of life and death, so he may trouble me no more. I wish to undo the harm he's caused. Would set him on the better path, take his place and power for myself. I wish to undo the harm he's caused. No, I would kill him. Of course I would kill him. I would return him to the wheel of life and death, so he may trouble me no more.
Why let him off so easily? You would need a grove of elms like these to create enough parchment to write down his crimes against the world. There must be some greater punishment you can exact.
Surely, sister, he must do what is right for him. All the same, think on this matter. Be assured in your course. In the end, it may mean all the difference, not just to his soul, but to yours. And be warned. Some questions have answers that can never be learned, and it is those that trouble the soul above all others. May you find an answer to yours.
Thank you, girls. That was very helpful. And Palagina leveled up thanks
I'm
to you.
ready.
Let's see about that. We'll give you... I don't know. Lore. Here we go. What can we give you here? Inspires all allies in the vicinity when the paladin downs an enemy, providing a temporary bonus to all defenses. Pretty cool. Reinforcing exhortation. Commands an ally to redouble their efforts, improving their deflection. Let's go for this. Why not?
Hey.
Alright. Can we go inside? Pray to the gods and tear Everon. Yeah, we can go inside right away. Alright, let's do that. Which god do we choose? I don't want Magran. Because Durance is a dick. And I don't like her god. He says she's a whore, so... Okay. There's a bunch of books. I could read these, but I don't feel like. Andra? I mean, Andra was trying to... she wanted to sacrifice us and didn't tell us. I mean, she's kind of a bitch. She helped us. How do I know where... I guess I just go to this thing. Let's save. I don't even remember how many gods there are, what all of them are, so maybe we'll pick something better sounding than Andra. We already dealt enough.
I've never seen anything like this. Almost beats the Southern Lights.
Alright, so what do we do? Where do we go? There's not that many, it seems. What's this? Nothing happens when you approach Woodika's shrine. Oh, that's the bad thing. A piercing ring fills your ears as you near Whale's shrine. There is no other response. Okay. Well, let's see, what's this? In the nearby constellation, you can make out the shape of a strange horned beast. From time to time, you think you sense a faint chill emanating from the shrine itself. Rimmergand. No idea. You don't tell me who is who. I guess I should read it on these things. Before the shrine sits the constellation of a snarling hound, fangs-bared Gallowayne. That's the god of hunt. Surprised that Albino Dragon isn't god because he's as strong as one. He's differently. I mean, he's so strong. I'm excited to go back for him. Before I jump into that pit and head for Theos, I want to go back and finish both of those dragons. That's probably something I'll be doing next time. Helia. The shrine sits before a bright constellation, its stars forming the oval shape of an egg. A pair of wings sprout from the egg, stretching out to either side. Okay. In the glittering stars of the nearby constellation, you see the grim shape of a skull. Its jaws are open wide as if frozen in silent scream. And this god, I think, is god of like that cycle of death and everything. So I don't really want that. But I think there is here deities. See? We have everything here, so let's see. Breath, god of death, cycles, doorways, mortality, and inevitability. Inevitability. I don't like that. Don't want to be there. Galawain, god of the hunt, assassins, pursuit, wilderness, and predatory creatures. Doesn't seem good. Goddess of the sky, maternity, creativity, bird song, invention, language, and art. What is this? God of entropy, cold, winter, bad luck, famine, and natural disasters. Manifest as a giant albino aurochs. Albino thing? I don't know what an auroch is. Moving amidst the great blizzard, and in the plodding footsteps of Rimmergrant come death and disagreement. All of these are terrible. I hate these. Who do we go for? I guess Hylia? She's pretty positive, she should help. Not known to take a particular physical form, but thought to be present in birds of all kinds. Let's maybe go for her. She seems kind. She might give us wings or something, so we don't fall on those jagged things. Pray to Hylia. You step before the shrine and prepare to recite the ritual words. Wait, what? Live every note of life's song. All life ends in stillness. When Woodika takes back her throne, all wrongs shall be righted. Because I just say something about the things she stands for. Live every note of life's song. Your words seem to ring in the air, your voice rendered melodic and lilting by some unseen art. You shut your eyes to pray. As you wait in darkness, the world around you changes. You feel sunlight, bright and warm on your face. A light breeze carries music to your ears. As vivid as these sensations feel, you somehow know they are not real. You look around and find yourself standing in an open-air temple built on a mountain summit. It's filled with elves, Orlans, and assorted other kith. Ringing an entire scene is a fringe of trees, their verdant branches filled with birds of all different colors, shapes, and sizes. Palgina takes it all in with squinting eyes and a wry smile. And I'm supposed to feel at home here? Really? Everyone is singularly absorbed in a particular pursuit. An Orlan sits with a canvas, a paintbrush in his hand, and jars of green, blue, and yellow pigments at his feet. An elf and an Aumaua standing to the side are locked in conversation, their expression dancing with delight. Still others scribble stanzas of poetry or crude sketches on sheets of paper, losing themselves in the delicate minutiae of lines and syllables. You feel the breeze again, and two elves basking in the sunlight shiver. The largest group gathers in the middle of the temple. They sing a lush, chaotic harmony composed of several complementary melodies. Others drift toward the singers in ones and twos as if buffeted by a gust of wind or a praise of the song. A ripple passes through the trees. You think it's the wind, but the chirping changes to screeching. Hundreds of birds take to the skies, all headed in one direction, away. Skani raises her bow. Something must be coming. The devotees glance at the trees, just barely distracted from their activities, but the wind picks up, scattering their pages of poetry and art and ripping the songs from their lips. They look skyward, and you follow their gaze. A dark shape blots out the sun. You can't tell what it is, but as it unfolds and expands, it seems to fill the sky. The wind roars over the summit. Seldom a good sign. Before you can flee, a shadow falls over the temple. It begins as a stain in the corner and spreads, blotting out the flagstones. It reaches the nearest kith, a black-furred Orlan. The darkness swallows her, leaving only a puff of smoke in her place. The two elves that you saw earlier, a man and a woman, flee. You get a brief image of them huddled in the shadow of a mountain. They seem to see you too, and they reach out, calling silently after you. The others, however, seem frozen. As the shadow advances, they likewise vanish one by one. The driving gale scatters their ashes and the charred remains of their creations. Grieving mother holds her head. Songs of joy turn to screams of agony. What purpose, what lesson could possibly lie behind such destruction? You look up again at the source of the shadow, but the eclipsed sun forms a blinding corona around the thing. You can't make out any details. You can, however, feel heat. Restore my temple. You look down and find yourself standing next to Helia's shrine in Ter Everon. Your pulse still races and your skin is damp with sweat from a strange encounter. Okay, so I'm supposed... Okay, so that gave me a quest. Interesting. Can I pray to other gods? And would they give me quests?
Alright then.
Huh. I read about gods in Elden Ring. It's actually rather cursed than glory because you are a vessel for other gods who can do anything with you. Yeah, I mean the whole all of the stories and From Software games are kind of dark.
You work
Not
for the
much
Dukes of the
happiness.
Million Republics, huh?
Ah, for as long as they will allow.
Must be nice always knowing who you're supposed to serve.
Well, there are 5 of them, but even so, knowing who is easier than knowing how.
Sacrifices. Let's see what's in here. There is no greater honor than dying for one's tribe. If some fall in battle, how is this different? You dumbasses. Sacrifices are so dumb. I don't get those. How dumb can you be to actually think that sacrifices do something? It's just cruel. Keeper Gerast. The Ethignal welcome your presence, supplicants. Okay, what's happening here? The dwarven man stands motionless near the roaring fire that lights the cavern. Your sacrifice feeds the land, supplicants. Come forth. A gust of smoke curls around him, licking the charred flesh that bulges on his forearms. They suddenly flex. Estromor. The dwarf holds his fist in a tight grip. Your kin doesn't come here to share with the tribes. What do you want? What's this place? Blood Sands. The dwarf picks on his scarred forearm. His guttural sigh mingles with the crackling of wood and bones behind him. As I said, Estromor rarely visit our halls. The Unfattens call this place Blood Sands. We call it home. The Ethignal have tended the land from within this cave since before the arrival of the tribes to Twin Elms. Gerast crosses his arms. Be warned, Estromor. We bleed life to nurture it. Our sacrifices may strike you as savage, but the health of these lands depends on them, and it's unseemly for guests to insult their host. Tell me about the sacrifices. Gerast spreads his stocky legs apart and locks his forearms. Everything must die to return anew, Estromor. Through the sacrificial rites, we offer supplicants the honor of giving their most precious gift back to their brethren, back to the land. The dwarf lifts his fist, thick and mottled by red scars. The blood gives us strength. Even the Glenfattens have come to depend on the blood paint. They brim with power before battle, all thanks to the sacrifices of their kin. Tell me about Ethignal. Our order has strived for generations. Before we came to Twin Elms, our rites fed the lands of the eastern mountains. Now we share blood for Air Glenfath. Gerast opens his palms, strikes of red skin run through them like flames. To everything that must end, our sacrifices bring a new beginning. He looks up. We sustain what's to come. Remember, Estromor, you're a guest in these halls. Respect our ways, and we'll tolerate your presence among us. Why do you have a name? All of the Anamfata have called upon the Ethignal for war paint at some point. Oh, this is a big cave. Damn. Alright, well, let's see what's in here. Is there anything to do here? Keepers with knives just wandering about. Oh. I'm supposed to bring the child to this one. Okay. The elder dwarf blinks at you, not quite looking at you. Her eyes are pale and clouded with cataracts. Welcome to Blood Sands. It is rare that an Estromor sets foot in these caverns. Her sightless eyes fix on you as she tilts her head. What brings you here, I wonder? What do you do here? I sell and maintain certain goods for the preservation of our order, and I perform some of our ritual sacrifices. Something more? I'd like to see what you have for sale. Flask of war paint? What does it do? Accuracy, damage, maximum endurance. That's pretty cool. Let's buy these. Why not? What's this? Max endurance. Duration of active hostile effects for 30 seconds. 40% duration of hostile effects. Interesting. Attack speed, endurance, move speed. I should be using these more, I guess. Iron skin. Okay, why not? Let's just buy some stuff. Maybe we'll use that. Explore the rest of these caves. Earth Blight. I guess if I messed up with their stuff they're doing here. Probably all of these would attack me. Bravest sons and daughters fall not by the swords of Estromorn, but by the daggers of their brethren. That's such a weird custom. But I guess that sacrifices actually could work in a world where gods are actually real. Okay, I shouldn't be stealing from there. Yeah, I'm not stealing from that. But I'm curious. Let's save. At least remove the trap. Can anybody see us?
See now what the flame
Oh,
has
another.
shown us.
Okay. Now they can't see us, so I could steal stuff now. Yeah, let's do it.
Hey.
Alright. I didn't steal anything. Don't attack me. Archdruid Restin. What the hell? What's happening here?
As your blood flows, so shall your essence. Your life's energy shall feed the soil, and your soul's energy shall enrich the community. This is by your own choosing, supplicant?
Okay. A dwarven man stands on a raised platform. Beneath him, an elf lies prone on a stone table. As you get closer, you hear the dwarf speak in a gravelly monotone. Yes, the elf's voice is high, but even. The dwarf grips a hatchet with both hands and raises it over his head. He throws his shoulders forward and swings the weapon into the elf's chest, connecting with a meaty thump. Blood gushes around the table and the sacrifice's screams rent the air. Despite his earlier agreement, the elf trashes atop the stone table, his torso arching, while his arms and legs remain tied in place. Meanwhile, the dwarf spreads his arms wide and allows blood to spatter his robes. When the elf is finally silent and still, the dwarf pulls his hatchet from the body and wipes it on his hem. Pretty cool. Can we talk? The dwarf wears crimson robes that are stained and streaked with dark patches. His face is smooth but lacking youthful elasticity. It's as if the lines and wrinkles have been formed and erased many times over. He watches you with eyes like two black pits as he wipes his hatchet on his robes. Hail, Estromor.
No one comes to Blood Sands without a purpose. What is yours?
You murder a man right there. Who are you?
I am the Archdruid of the Ethic Null. For centuries it has been my duty to guide our rituals and guard our knowledge. It is work that requires a certain resilience, but it is not without its benefits.
You murdered a man right here. He lowers his head. Your simplistic morals do not apply here, Estromor. Murder does not enter into it.
It was a sacrifice, and one willingly entered into. The survival of all things depends on balance. Give and take.
Sure. The principle lies at the heart of all power. Expending something of value releases energy, energy that can be channeled by those who know how. He tilts his head toward you. All kith, whether or not they care to admit it, practice this. We take the yield of the land and the flesh of beasts to live, and we give our blood and sweat to propagate the things we desire. Attack. I would let you continue these vile sacrifices. That sounds brutal. Gives you a reproachful croak. The world is brutal. Nothing is gained by closing one's eyes against it. Better to recognize these realities that they might better serve you. I invite you to explore our halls and speak with our supplicants. One can learn much by observing the sacrifices others are willing to make for a greater purpose. Perhaps you will even consider making a sacrifice of your own. He opens one hand towards you. The creases and nails are darkened and brown. Not all of our sacrifices are written in blood, but the most powerful are. Tell me more about Ethignol. We are a druidic order that has been in Twin Elms since Eniquithan times. Our founders came from the White March, seeking a place where we might practice our beliefs in peace, as it were. Unlike most of our Glenfatten brethren, we seek answers in the world around us rather than in the teachings of the gods. We believe that all life has power, and that this power can be siphoned and conducted. We are not, as some suggest, madmen and murderers. All of our rituals are conducted with willing participants and through methods that have been tested and refined over centuries. He nods, his black eyes shining. This allows us to create the war paint for which we are respected, if not loved. I want to know more about your sacrifices. A guttural laugh rumbles from his throat. We merely believe that, in giving up something of value, the energy from that sacrifice can be diverted elsewhere. It is not so different from what Yeah, we know that. You already said that. From fog practice all over the world. If you want to turn the soil, sail a ship, or move a cart, you must expend energy. But we're best known for our practice of gift sacrifice. This is the most potent form of sacrifice because it releases the most energy. We distill the essence of an entire soul into raw power that can strengthen the body, fortify the soul, and extend life. Cool. What's Warpaint? A special unguent binding raw essence to the wearer. It grants incredible advantages in combat and has made us indispensable to the tribes. Whatever they say about our practices, almost all of them have made use of our warpaint at some time or another. A slow smile spreads across his face. Fascinating indeed how the most strident objections can be overcome by circumstance. Like to buy warpaint? I stole some. How are you different from the ovates of the Golden Grove? A dry laugh rasps from his throat. Golden Grove. I remember when Arona came up with that name. He gives you a darkly gleeful look. Used to be as green as the rest of the forest, you know? We're more similar than they'd like to admit. We both believe in achieving power without the double-edged aid of the gods. But their fantasy is pure creation, something from nothing. They blind themselves to the fact that all life from the mightiest dragon to the slimmest blade of grass requires death. And the greatest ends require the greatest sacrifice. I agree. An interesting thought. I'll have to ponder it further. Let's be diplomatic. That's all I wanted to know. Farewell. Good talk. Not really, but yeah. Interesting. Okay, let's explore some more. What's this? Essence within to nurture flesh. And essence without to strengthen it. Supplicant. Nothing here. I guess we're gonna make a round here. Should I steal from here too?
I can do that.
Yeah, I don't want to. And there was a guy that probably saw me there. Let's see what's inside of this. Nothing. I don't want to risk it that I'll just make everybody here hate me and attack me. Gift of Sacrifice transmutes blood into water and essence into something. Just as the flesh of one nourishes many, the sacrifice freely made strengthens those that will come to us. The blood of sacrifice waters the soul of Air Glenfath. Well, in my team, I have a fox over here, Itumak, that's this girl's, the dwarf girl's. And then I have one dog that doesn't do anything, it just follows me around. I have different dogs too.
And the
Which is
fire
that one.
shows me something new.
Lockpicks, cool. A fish, I'll take it. Who are you? The petitioner before you is swaddled in loose-fitting robes. Her hair is greasy and matted. A glossy film of sweat and grime coats her exposed skin. She has the swollen features of pregnancy and several missing teeth in her big grinning smile. As you approach, she slowly turns to you and examines you from head to toe, smiling the entire time. Joyous day to you, she says. Despite coming from a wearied body, your voice sounds resonant and relaxed. I am Naka, midwife and lorekeeper. Her hands run across the slight bulge in her belly. She rolls her head back and sighs a relaxed purr. Are you feeling well? Flawless, she replies. Apologies, I should be left to my meditation. The rite of strength is invigorating, almost overwhelming to the senses. She reaches down and cradles her belly in her hands and turns away. What? Alright, I guess somebody will give me some quest to do something about you. Can we ask about her? No. Alright, well, I'm leaving. It was fun. So yeah, I don't have dogs. I have one dog and a fox. White fox. Which is pretty cool. But her master, the Sagani girl, is just so freaking weak. Alright, it's dark outside now. So let's go and try and poison one of the leaders from this peaceful town. Seems like a weird thing to do right after they just let us into the town. Go in and poison one of their most respected people. But he tried to kill a child, so... And I don't like him. He deserves it, in a way. He lived long enough. But it's their ways. No, it's weird. She wouldn't be... Yeah, it's bad, because she wouldn't be going there voluntarily, and then it's just not good. Alright, how do I do this? Give Simag the poison. Here is the potion you asked for. He looks from the vial in your hand back to you. Something's wrong. His eyes narrow. What are you trying to give me? It's poison. This is distilled essence, really. Rushes at you with a cry of rage. Oh, what? Okay. So we're just fighting like this. I mean, he's attacking us, so it's not our fault. I really didn't expect this to escalate like that. But okay, well, what can we do? Let's do this too. Maybe when we kill the guy, the rest of them will just... I really didn't want to kill them like this, but okay. This is gonna be bad, isn't it? What does this do? Beam of life that heals allies and burns enemies caught in the ray. Well, let's do that. Cool. I mean, pretty simple fight, it seems. Oh, we are stuck in the doorway again. I see. They're kind of weak. I mean, these are the last stages of the game. Why are they also weak? Alright, well, not how I wanted this to end, but it's not the first time we solved stuff like this.
A simple test.
Okay. Liras looks you in the eye and gives you a slow nod. Wait, is that it? Virtue guides your hand, carrot. Does it? Everybody, I just killed a bunch of people. Do you have police or something? Will I have 5 stars here? Helicopters coming after me like in GTA? Come on. Nobody cares? I guess nobody cares. Okay. Well, that's done then. And I leveled up. Look at that. Let's go. What can we get? Veterans recovery. No. Yeah, probably we'll get something here. Reflex, fortitude, will. Let's go for... Defense when disengaging might be good. No. Deflection. Should I go just for the deflection? Really don't know. Gunner. No. Do weapon style. Don't need that. 20% of hits converted to crits against targets with low endurance. Plus 0.5 to crit damage multiplier against targets with low endurance. Alright, sure, why not? Bloody Slaughter. That's a good name for an ability.
Hey.
Alright, so got that. Now we can go where? Where do we go? Quests. Hylia's Temple. What is that actually? I've been okay. In the mountains above Twin Elms, something sinister haunts Hylia's Temple. I've been asked to confront this terror and put an end to it. Cool. So, oh, it's here. Okay. Old song. What's the time actually? That's quite a lot. But I would like to explore the whole thing. Let's at least look at the old song and see how big this place is. What can we do here? Doesn't look that bad. Hylia's Shrine. Well, let's explore this place. We'll see.
We can't stay down here. Someone must go to the nest eventually.
They even have voices? Who are you? Alright, what are you talking about? 2 wood elves, a man and a woman, wear colorful robes embroidered with a matching emblem, a winged egg. Apart from their clothing, they couldn't be more different. She folds her arms and continually scowls at the broken walls around them. He, on the other hand, mutters prayers, his shade-dappled face as tranquil as a cloudless sky.
Just how are we supposed to worship the Sky Mother from among the weeds, This is a disgrace.
Calm yourself. We should be grateful that she protected us from the winged terror. Besides, even here we have a visitor.
Actually, I received a vision from Hylia. She bid me speak with you about the menace that settled over her temple. She did? Oh right, she did. Now I remember there were 2 elves there.
A vision from the goddess herself? What a rare and fortunate blessing.
Your vision did reveal that the menace is a dragon. Yes? That the menace is a dragon? Oh, another dragon. That's the 3rd one. She steps back and gives you a long look. To be honest, I expected the Sky Mother would summon a whole flock of warriors to fight this monster. I fear so few will be like sparrows attacking an eagle. But if Hylia has tasked you, then who are we to doubt? Anwen is right, however, you must prepare yourself for a powerful and crafty foe. The nest and the dragon are perched atop a mountain beyond the Northweld. He points northward along the path. Follow this trail into the wilderness and then look for another path carved into the cliffs. May the Sky Mother's blessings aid you. I have questions about the dragon. I'll tell you as much as we can. Has this sort of thing happened before? Never. Or our order would have started to resemble the Fangs in a long time ago. Perhaps there's a reason this has happened now. Let us be clear. You suggest that there's some misdeed in our midst, that we've committed a crime against our goddess or some other and received our just punishment. Anwen, please. He lays a hand on her shoulder. I don't know why these things happen, why our own mother goddess allowed scores of her followers to perish among flames. She narrows her eyes, speaking between her teeth. And if you ever discover why, I invite you to come back and tell the rest of us. How did the dragon come to be here? With a great beating of wings and a fiery roar. Who knows why those beasts come and go? It's here, and that's what matters. If you're asking why this has happened, only the gods know. I suspect it's a test of faith from Hylia herself, but who can say? When did the dragon first show up? He looked skyward, thinking. It was several weeks ago. The creature cloaked the sky like a thundercloud and descended upon us all at once. There was no warning. Can you tell me anything else about the dragon? Nothing. She opens her mouth, a crooked sneer on her face, but seems to think better of whatever she was about to say. After a pause, she says nothing. We truly wish we could tell you more, but we, like the rest of Hylia's faithful, were running for our lives, and we were more fortunate than most. This is the Temple of Hylia?
You hear this, Wag?
She rolls her sky blue eyes and elbows her companion.
Relax, Anwen. I'm sure he meant nothing by it. Forgive my consort. She's been rather excitable of late.
And she's rude.
This is not, as you seem to recognize, our actual temple. It's merely a shrine we've set up after the business with the dragon.
Okay, I'd like to know more about Hylia.
She's the goddess of song, art, the sky, and maternity. She's gentle and brilliant, speaking to her followers in dreams, inspiration, and birdsong. It is said that she wears a cloak adorned with a feather from every bird known to kith or wilder, and that she manifests in the flocks themselves.
Aye, and in the screams of childbearing, which I can assure you is not so beauteous a thing.
And this is true, which is why midwives are widely considered clergy of Hylia, as are many artists and poets. In any case, those of us who follow her feel closest to her splendor in a place where we might share light, song, and a view of the blessed sky.
Alright, I'm happy with my choice. We've got a gentle and nice god now. That's okay. Level up? For what? Just like that? Okay. Passive. The Faithful of Magron gain an accuracy bonus with sword and arquebus. You can cast a special version of... What? No, I don't need that. Painful interdiction. Priests are able to channel their fury through interdiction, adding a painful weakening affliction to the attack. Let's take that, sure.
Hey.
Okay. This goes outside. Okay, that's something we'll do later on.
Of course.
Let's look around a little bit more. What's around here? Ah! They were torturing people here?
The chill of Rimergon's oblivion. The mindless beast, easily brought to heel by the fire.
Chill hovers over the frozen lake, draining the air of warmth. We'll go inside in a bit. I want to look around a bit more. Tribesmen. Who are you people? Nothing? Nothing to say? Okay. How about this? But I can... Oh, I didn't want to... Does this take me to the burial isle? I didn't want to go there. Yet. Oh well, we already went, so what? It happens. This thing is a big thing. Court of Penitence. Who are you? Dorwell greets you with the same quaint smile. Have you finished your business here? Farewell.
Troubled spirits surround us.
Well, since I'm already here. Oh no, this place is huge. Okay, there's probably gonna be a bunch of fights. Let's explore this later on. Yeah, let's return first to Old Song. I'll explore that place. Then we'll go probably to the Northwell to do some side quests there, deal with the Helios Shrine and the dragon there. Then maybe deal with the other dragons, and then we can go after the guy. Can you say something?
Traveler.
It is a thin, ragged man stands waiting on the barge, leaning on the oar. A smile of greeting splits his weathered features. It has been a very long time since an outsider sought passage to the Burial Isle. What is this Burial Isle? It is a sacred place, for it sits upon the great works of the builders. There, by our ancestors, all our enemy-fates are laid to rest. Few go there, my friend. It is not a place where the living to walk. Is it dangerous? Not solemnly. Those I bring to the island return the same way, or else not at all. It is home only to the dead. Spirits, shades of the builders remain and watch over our enampheta. They are bound to the island and protected fiercely. Cool. Cool. Thanks, Mindhunter. I'm instructing Estromor. What do you need? Nothing. Okay. We need nothing there. No one to please, no crowd to inspire, no furry maiden's kiss to spark my song's
Builder's
fire.
wisdom to you.
Who are you? Salutations, Estromor. The Orlan chirps in a sing-song voice. I am known as Delam, chanter of Old Song. I trust you are enjoying the beauty of this sacred place. Are you the resident entertainer? I sing to entertain Old Song's visitors, but alas, the crowds have thinned into little more than a trickle. The chill wind from Rimmergand's temple is driving people away. Now I sing, but nobody listens. My music is without purpose. But I know of a solution, a way for me to make my songs warm and passionate, countering Rimmergand's incessant chill. The Orlan smiles and reaches out with a grasping motion. All I need are a few rare songbirds. I could eat them and absorb their musical energy. With that kind of musical prowess in my soul, I could sing a song that could bring back the merry crowds. What? You want to eat the songbirds? I don't think it works that way. The Orlan stares at you, dumbfounded, before rolling his eyes and lecturing you. Eating the muscles of animal makes you stronger, right? And if you consume green stalks, do you not take on their pungent smell, even down to the water you pass? He smiles, pleased with his reasoning. Just as one cannot sweat if one is parched, I cannot sing without a nourished soul. It's all very basic. Did your parents teach you nothing of the food dropping cycle? What? Spare me your reasoning. I'll help. Delam's eyes widen with delight. Splendid, he exclaims with clapping hands. For my song to be pitch perfect, I will need a TM, a bird often found throughout twin elms, often in high tree nests, but some have been domesticated. I also need a shardwing. Shardwings prefer to nest in Adra formations, suits their natural camouflage the best. Oh, and most importantly, if I plan on hitting those high notes, I'm going to need a cloud singer. Those little warbles can only be found at the highest mountain peaks. Many thanks, Estromor. Bring me these birds and I'll sing like Hylia herself.
Hounds, loyal to a fault without a mind of their own. And
Not sure I'll do that.
Staff sends them whimpering. What better symbol for Gallowayne could there be?
I don't think I'll actually catch those birds for him because it seems kind of cruel. But we'll see. 4 days left at that big day. 3 because it's almost 10 p.m. Yeah, I do have a few friends where we just go like, yeah, only 5 days. Doom. I'm really excited for it. Imagine it being like totally bad. Like it comes out and it's just a dog shit game. Unplayable or something. It would surprise a lot of people. That would be a terrible disappointment. Hard Song District. Okay, who else do we have here?
Hail, Estromor.
An Orlan woman stares at the sky with an air of deep contemplation. She occasionally puffs from a wooden pipe, blowing smoke into perfect rings. What stands before me? I do not see Estromor often, and believe me, I see many things, but I want to see them too. So this is just a cellar. Okay, just a shopkeeper. No need to talk too much. I've been there, for example, Callisto Protocol. Is it that bad? I think I bought it for like 5 euros or something when it was... Oh, more torturings here. When it was on like a big sale. I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe it was a different game. No, it was a different game. Callisto Protocol, is that like a horror game that came out like 2 years back or something like that? I did hear it's not too good. Unfortunately. Sadly. What is this cave? Gallowayne's Maw. Let's go in. You can go inside. Oh, there's the whole face of that beast. That's so cool. You have a cave that looks like a Stelgare. Will it be like this with the pillars and such? That's not much of a cave. That's a shrine. Oh, it is. Cool. Thanks, people.
Arensi has no right to defend that cowering cat in the back of the maw.
Then track her down and tell her yourself.
I guess that would be a quest if
This is no place for sightseeing, even for you. The beasts of Gallowayne's Maw are dangerous, and now more than ever.
I guess that would be a quest we would get if I prayed to Gallowayne. Wiry elven man paces the cavern, his face etched with worry lines and his hand irritably thumping his hip. He looks up at you and sighs. What's wrong with the beasts?
They won't fight.
He stops pacing and turns to you. What's wrong with that?
It is not Gallowayne's way, and it is not the way of the Maw.
The Maw has always been home to one great predator. Every so often a challenger comes along and the two battle for territory, but Sol remains in her den, and Ornos can't confront her there. Now, two mighty predators and their kin hunt from the same stock. It's thinning the herds and it's thinning patience around here too. He resumes his pacing, and this waiting, it's not the deliberate, watchful waiting of a hunter lying in ambush. It's stagnation, tedium, hoping for something to happen. He clenches his hands into fists, but I'm powerless to act. One half of the fangs will cry favoritism if I try to drag the lioness out myself. I'm an unbiased outsider, I could look into it. And a fierce one from the looks of you. He scratches his cheek. No harm in letting you try, I suppose. Anything's better than this endless waiting. If you can somehow bring this to a resolution, these tensions will end. If not, the beast will make short work of you. Gives you a heavy iron key. We don't normally permit outsiders to venture into the Maw, but you understand that you do so at your own risk, and Sol's lions are likely to attack intruders on sight. Still, perhaps you can coax her into fighting the bear. Do whatever you can to end this stalemate. Goodbye. Okay. How big is this cave? Not too big. Require key. I guess that's the key. No, I don't have the key for this. Interesting. It's supposed to be similar to Dead Space, but it ran poorly. I got FPS drops even though I had good PC. Generally bad optimization and combat was so lame. Oh, it's a shame. It's always a shame when something looks cool, but it's just terrible. Came out 1 month before remake of Dead Space, December 2022. Okay. I did just hear about it when it came out. Not really, didn't really hear about it since then, but as it came out, I saw some people talking about it, that it was quite a disappointment. The remains of the broken bridge, long collapsed, lead to deep chasm. The other side of the bridge pierces through the mist at the far end of the chasm, hanging precariously over the steep fall. Broken stones of the bridge, weathered after centuries of disrepair, are scattered along the edge and side of the chasm. A thin mist rises from below. The stones are coated with slick green moss, making them impossible to grip safely. The wooden beams lodged between the stones on either side of the bridge seem sturdy enough to support your weight, however. The remains of a... Okay, let's leave, because I don't really know what's there. So let's go this way.
Still looking around? Watch your step. Tempers run hot around here, and not just among the animals.
Okay, let's learn more about the situation. I want to know about the two predators. There's never been a more cunning hunter than Sol, but some say she's losing her edge. Ornos, on the other hand, is all edge, and many of our number think he's the rightful successor. His fingers strum a restless rhythm on his thigh. Blood's simmering, it's going to boil over if a little doesn't spill soon. Something else? I prefer action to talk, but I'll answer your questions as best I can. Would you favor Sol or Ornos? I see both sides. Sol's cunning is unmatched, but Ornos is the mightier of the two. Both embody traits prized by Galawain. This is Galawain's maw.
Yes, a den of beasts sacred to the Lord of the Hunt himself. Historically, the greatest predator of Air Glanfath has claimed the back of the maw as its lair. Lately, however, there's been some dispute as to who should occupy that position. And it's leading to discord among our hunters.
What a dumb problem you have here. Tell me about yourself. I'm the leader of the Fangs. We are an order of hunters and warriors devoted to Galawain, and we see that the places of the builders remain pure. Not truly a tribe, but we do gather and argue like one. Our members come from all the tribes, but most of us were born Three-Tusk Stelgeir, Fisher Crane, and Keepers of the Stone naturally. Where could I find Sol? Straight at the back of the maw. He points down the holes on either side of him. You could get through either way, but mind where your feet step. The maw is a dangerous place, and Sol's pride and her advocates are on the alert. Where is Ornos? Good question. Bear's out hunting right now, but he'll return soon. He's never gone for long. Alright, let's go see. What is this about? Oh, what? Am I just supposed to fight people? I don't think I would be just fighting right away. I thought I'm supposed to just, like, I don't know. Oh, well, if they don't mind, I'll just kill everybody. Sure. They don't care. Oh, 16th was the last level. Look at that. So once we are all 16, there's no more points to waiting, and I can just go and try and beat those dragons because I won't get stronger anyway. Hey, Yusio, welcome. Yeah, it's a little bit late. I started a little bit later, and I really want to just push for these Sunday streams so I finish this game. Finally.
See now what the flame has shown us?
Ah, trap. Fox almost stepped into it. Okay, nothing here. Another trap. Go for it, man. Great. Another one. And the lion.
Dead on.
Leave it to me.
I'll kill it. Alright. Another trap. A bunch of them. Lions put down traps? Oh, these dudes do. Waiting for release of Kronos New Dawn. I hope it won't be same thing because it's another game similar to Dead Space. I think you mentioned it last time, didn't you?
My mind feels sharp, pristine.
Dead on.
I'm not really sure what kind of games I'm waiting for. Like, I'm very excited for Doom to come out, of course. There's not that many games that I can think of that are just like, oh man, I really want to play that. I guess Judas is one. That's from the guys that created Bioshock. A thick snarled tangle of dagger-sharp thorns and vines has grown across this passage. As you look on, the entire wall of vegetation seems to move, almost like it were breathing. Thick coils of vines twist and writhe across the gap with a quiet rustle of foliage. Examine the vines. Through the gaps in the twisting vegetation, you catch brief glimpses of what seems to be a wide circular chamber. From time to time, you catch sight of tawny hides, and the rustling of the vines is briefly obscured by low growls. Force your way through. You stride boldly forward into the tangle of vines, only to find them as thick and tough as trees. The vines stir to life immediately upon contact, and soon you are surrounded by a writhing mass of thorns and cotton leaves. One vine finally swings towards you like a slunk club, and you find yourself knocked unceremoniously back in the direction you came. The quiet rustling of the vines has become a roar, echoing through the maw. So they don't want to let us go through it. Okay. Let's explore a bit more. Came home for a few nights, though, that I just passed today's stream, but here you were still. Well, yeah. I'm gonna be here for a while still. Not too long, though. I'm getting tired. But I want to finish exploring this town that I'm in. Oh, somebody will definitely step into that trap. Let's back up. Back up a little bit. We're so strong now. Okay, I don't want to... Yeah, come here, come here. Good. We don't want to step into that. Don't know what kind of trap that is. Disarm this, my man.
Yes.
Go for it.
Hey.
Good. Now. Another trap. Good. That's much experience for us. We can open that. What else can we find?
This I
Or
haven't
traps.
seen before.
Give me the experience. Thanks. Disarm, disarm. Oh, damn it. You didn't see it? What do I pay you for? Okay. Where does this go? Oh, I see. So I could just go around the vines. Alright, cool. Who are you? Oh, that's a nice lion. That's probably the soul thing. An elven woman intercepts you as you advance into the lair. Behind her is the largest lioness you've ever seen, a sleek beast with fangs as long as carving knives. The woman blocks your path to the lioness, seemingly at ease around the monster. This is Sol's domain, Estremor. She shall not leave it for Ornos or any other challenger. Why does Sol refuse to face Ornos? He's welcome to confront her here, as many challengers have in the past. What the bear supporters want is for Sul to leave her lair and fight in the open where he has an advantage. But why would she? Why should she? If Sol has an advantage here, it's one she's earned. Would anyone expect to blunt the bear's claws in order to even the odds? The Lord of the Hunt gives unique advantages to each. It's not for us to decide that some of them are worth less than others. The lioness gives a low growl and Irensi smiles. Also, Sol has recently given birth to cubs. They're small now, and when they grow, they'll be mightier than either Sol or Ornos. But if Sol is killed in combat, that bear will tear her young to shreds. Such is the way of the wild. Her legacy is too valuable to perish this way. If we truly want the mightiest of beasts in the maw, then her cubs must grow to maturity. What are you doing here with Sol? She looks at the lion with something between fondness and admiration, defending the rightful champion of Galawain's Maw. Ornos supporters would have her ousted in favor of a bear that isn't strong enough to come and seize this territory on his own. Oh my god. Who are you? So we're basically dealing with like a it's basically political dispute. One side wants the lion to rule, the other wants the bear to rule. I'm just supposed to kill the other one. I mean, let's hear the side of the bear guys, and we'll see what they say. Of course it always comes to me killing animals. What did I do to deserve this? Alright, here am I.
Come to see the great Oernos, Estremor?
Oernos.
He's back from his hunt. Unlike that lioness, he doesn't stay cooped up in here for long.
Why can't Oernos go and fight the lioness?
Because she holes up at the back of the maw, surrounded by her pride and the natural hazards of this place. It's not the proper way to meet a challenger. She's got to come out and face Oernos to keep her claim. Anyway, her prime is past. Putting that old beast down would be a mercy at this point.
What are you doing here?
We wait for the big confrontation, but the wait grows exhausting. While Sul hides in the back of the maw, Oernos is denied his victory, and we're all denied the champion we deserve.
I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna take care of these guys. A lion, I don't know. Bears are cool though. But the lioness has a little cubs, and that's like, we don't wanna murder little lions, little lions. Oh man, I don't want to kill anybody here though. Ornos isn't the rightful champion. And if she's the champion, I think she should be challenged at her place, you know? If you want to challenge somebody, you should be at a disadvantage. That's how it goes.
If you stand on the side of that toothless old bag of bones, then you stand in my way.
Try me. Oh, damn it. Alright, let's go for it. I think we can win this easily. Let's buff us up. We are pretty strong. Oh, I'm petrified? Shit. Doesn't matter. We'll still win. Yeah, I resolved this. Resolved the situation. I just came in, killed the others, killed one side, and it's just done. Well, I think they'll be happy with it. Maybe. I wonder where does this go, though. Oh. Am I in Heart Song now? Let's see. Come on, load. Oh no, I'm here. Oh, really? It's connected to this one? Interesting. Alright, well, let's talk to the guy. I really don't understand why it's loading so long. Doesn't matter. Alright, let's talk to this guy. No, open this. We can go through here. Open it. Hey, I killed the bear. I've dealt with the situation between Sol and Oernos. And Sol remains champion. Many of the Fangs are gladdened to see her stay. Perhaps it's Galawain's way of telling us to remember our roots and prize our cunning as hunters. Thank you for your help, Carrot. May Galawain guide your path. Take this with our thanks. He seems to suddenly remember something. You might visit Ter Everon to pray to the Lord of the Hunt. He sometimes grants special favors for those who prove themselves.
Hey.
Yeah, alright, so this was the task for Galawain. So, in that other place in here, there is a task for that beast god. And there was a Barath. We could pick him too. There should be one more than somewhere. Okay. How far are we from the level ups? Too far. Let's see what's inside of this. What is this place about? Tombstone icon indicates a memorial. Those are personalized messages written by our backers. Many of them break the fourth wall, so players desiring complete immersion may wish to avoid clicking them. Oh, that's nice. Okay, what is this place? Shrine for another god. Besgel, the pale elf searches you with ice blue eyes. She shifts and knits her fingers together. Welcome to Noonfrost. Most of the temple is currently closed for sacred ceremonies to Rimmergrand. She forces a smile and waves to the eastern doorway. The shrine is to your right. You're welcome to make your offerings to Rimmergrand there, but the rest of the temple is off limits. Tell me about him. He's the god of cold, entropy, and collapse. Many see him as a harsh god, but few recognize that he also gives a life in his own way. All things wind to a merciful end in his shadow, only to feed creation elsewhere. She frowns, gnawing her lip, but he is a silent god and his ways are mysterious. To follow him is to accept inevitability without explanation. In this matter, and in the legacy, it seems the gods are often silent when we most crave guidance. That's all. Why is most of the temple closed? As I said, we're in the middle of sacred ceremonies. She enunciates carefully. They're rather complex and we don't permit outsiders to witness them. She glances at the elves over her shoulder. Others of my clan get rather touchy about them, which is why you should visit the shrine and take your leave. What are you doing here? My clan journeyed from the White that Wents to pay homage to Rimmergrand here at Noonfrost. We'd learned that this place had been abandoned for several years and we felt it our duty to tend to one of our god's oldest temples. She rolls her shoulders back. It has been a long journey, but Rimmergrand demands endurance. No doubt he will reward us of our own. Okay. So we can go here. This is where the shrine is. Little cough here. Water of this well has frozen solid, trapping small fish from the lake underneath. This is a hold, wanderer. I'm holding. Entering beyond all doors is forbidden. Do not trespass against our will. No. Please, man. Each line and wrinkle of this warrior's weather-beaten frown has been chiseled from the ice. I know no farther. Okay, just chill. Just exploring. Okay. So this is where we started. Probably can't go here either. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna trespass if they don't want me to. Don't want to have to murder the whole area here. Alright, I think that's done then. I explored everything in Old Song, Hard Song, that other thing, Elm's Reach or whatever. So now, what's next is we need to go... Let's see the world. So we'll go here to Northweld. There's some stuff to do there. Temple of Hylia to deal with another dragon. That'll probably level all my guys up to 16. Then we can go to deal with the Pale Dragon in White March, the other dragon in underneath our castle. And then we can go to Burial Isle and deal with Theos. So if all goes well, I might finish this next week actually. On Sunday. We'll see. Probably it'll take at least 2 more, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this, gonna eat something, gonna sleep soon. Tomorrow's work day, so yeah. I guess that's it. So enjoy the rest of your days and good night. Bye.